reasons to die, live for the power and glory. Reasons to live, reasons to die, live for the power and glory. Never give up, reach for the top, find your own path and tonight we'll make it. Reasons to live, reasons to die, power and glory. Reach for the top, tonight we'll make it alright. Whoa, find your own path and tonight we'll make it alright.
Fellow armsmen, I ask you, will you follow me tonight to break their spine and reclaim what once was mine? Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Oh, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer. Fellow warriors, I ask you, should my campaign come to an end, there's way more to avenge. Oh, 15 million souls living in this realm without much hope. Not too long ago, this kingdom was a golden state of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
Oh, we're doing great. I'm doing great. Which means that if I'm doing great, everybody else is doing great. That's like the unwritten laws, right? So everyone is doing great. You don't have to ask anybody else. They're doing great. Hmm. Oh. Well, on one side, as you said, a team that went 3-0 last week, right? So they're definitely on fire. But they're up against the reigning champions, right? The team to beat, basically, in Azir's Ascendant. Azir's Ascendant, they kind of cruised through the group stage. So they got a week off last week, right? The quarterfinals. They kind of were chilling, watching the opposition. But the Darkins definitely gave them something to watch. I mean, as you said, not too many games, just a quick 3-0. Just, cruising through. So if we believe in form, then I feel like our Aatrox Darkin definitely has a chance here to make an upset. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. When you're on a 4-team team, you suggest bringing some weird decks, and the team might say, we're going to bench you. Well, they can't bench you if there is no one else to bench with, right? So basically, they just bring whatever they want, because who else is going to play, right? So I like it. Well, yeah, as you said, a player that just went 3-0 last week, right? Just sweeped everybody. But on the other side, is Azir Ascended, Sleepy Panda. I believe Sleepy Panda is the only player that hasn't lost a game. If I recall correctly, they're 8-0 in game wins. Unless I missed something there, but I'm pretty sure I don't. I haven't. So we basically have a player that went 3-0 last week against a player that went 8-0 through the whole split. So who will drop a game first, right? That's basically where we're at. Who will drop a game first?
And real quick, because I know I am a genius and I forgot to check my mic, and chat can now hear me. Chat was unable to hear me until now. So
Was I talking with myself for like the last 5 minutes?
you're talking to a brick wall basically. But now that I'm here, now that you can hear me, I'm still Hirsch. I'm still dying, just so you guys are aware. So bear with me as Ace tries to carry me through this cast tonight. Arachnobats or Aatrox Darkened versus Azir's Ascended. Giving you a quick recap. Aatrox Darkened 3-0'd last week. Azir's Ascended had a bye. It's going to be on the other side of the bracket. We have Norris Tea Drinkers versus Lee Sin's Dragons now. So yeah, our first players of the night, they're going to be Sleepy Panda versus Arachnobat himself, the man, the myth, the legend that performed that 3-0 sweep against Misfortune Powder Monkeys last week. So let's, without wasting any more time, Ace, let's go right on into the decks. Take us away with Elise Nocturne Mono SI, Ace.
Well, I don't think we need to talk much about this. It's an allegiance deck, that cannot miss allegiance, you know, the best kind of allegiances deck. Now, as you know, people have been splashing here and there a card or two from any region of Runeterra, basically. We even saw some triple raid color combo, right? A raid color allegiance with every region possible. But here, Sleepy Panda, just nice. Mono SI, no need to worry about hitting or missing. Other than that, you know, the usual. Some fearsomes. We are using the Nocturne package, so less spiders and more stuff like Phantom Butler, Stygian Onlooker, stuff like that. We got 3 Iron Conquest to get the raid color train going, and, you know, some light control tools. We don't see the usual, you know, sometimes we see the box or maybe the Ruination to counter opposing Harrowings, but here you just go nice, solid, and I believe this is one of the, you know, the more standard option that we can find of Allegiance raid colors in the game right now.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. This does look like one of the more standard looking lists. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Victor Heimer Donger. We have
Victor Heimer.
Yeah, Victor Heimer. Piltover Ionia deck that has been floating around for the longest time. It's either going to be Victor Heimer or it's going to be Victor Lee Sin. It's a pick your poison deck, but we're going for the more value or value portion of the deck of these region combinations here. Honestly, this looks pretty standard from every other list. There's not a whole lot of different tech cards in this list that I'm noticing. Ace, are you noticing anything that catches your eye in this list besides the? I guess the Forge Chiefs are catching my eye here, because you normally don't see Forge Chiefs in here. You normally see just Ballistic Bot, Portal Pioneer, and Clocklings.
Now, Forge Chief deserves to be a 3-off in every Piltover and Zon deck that ever exists in the history of the game. Forge Chief is just an amazing card, and if you don't play 3-off, you're just playing the game wrong. But as you said, Victor Heimer, you know, the Jace Lux of Ionia, basically does, as you said, just value, some more value, and then on top of that, some more value. But if you let Victor or Heimer cook on the board for a couple of turns there, it's gonna get out of hand. So, yep, pretty stock standard deck. So far, it's looking like a strong lineup.
Oh, we forgot to mention one thing. This deck has a lot of value.
Yeah. I think we need to focus on the thing focus on the part where it has a lot of value.
Yeah. Like this deck prints so much value that it's just like it's so much value.
I think it's a valuable asset to have in your lineup.
I think your opinion is very valuable.
And you're very valuable to the community, Hirsch.
Oh, moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we have Nyla Janna, one of the oldest. I guess not oldest. Let me rephrase that. One of the more popular decks that have been around for a pretty decent amount of time, all the way dating back to last Worlds. Fantastic time where we saw the world champion win with this deck. Honestly, just a cycle deck, or cycle your deck aggro deck. That's basically what I like to call this.
You like to call it like that. What I call it is a cheating deck. This deck cheats. It draws cards, draws too many cards, Nobody likes when your opponent draw cards, so this is just a plain old cheating deck. But it has a lot of different variances. Even though it's cheating, it can cheat a lot of different ways. We've seen this season some more aggressive versions of this deck. We've seen more control-y versions. It seems like somewhere in the middle, where you have like the Master Lookout, the Pool Sharks, the usual, the Windborne Mariners as well. But you also have like some top end in Tide Dancer and full copies of Exalted Cloudwinder, as well as gotchas and all of that shenanigans to remove stuff. So it feels definitely, basically the whole lineup feels like just bring strong decks and just try to pilot them correctly to just win them all. And when you're first player going to do this kind of format, I think it's great. You just pick a good player with good decks and take it from there.
Yeah. Moving on to the other side of the matchup now, Arachnobat, the man, the myth, the legend himself. We have some interesting decks here tonight, Ace.
Well, we went from 3 stock standards to what even is this?
Well, first off, we have Zoe, a champion that I honestly never thought I would see. I would say, you know what? Let's build a Zoe deck in this day and age.
1 mana, 1/1 elusive. No, what better can it get?
Well, basically, this is just a. What's the word I'm looking for? This is just a.
What?
No. What is the word I'm looking for? Why am I at a loss for words right now? Zoe is just a cover for this deck, because what this deck is all about is spritlings. This is actually a spriteling deck, Ace, masked in disguise.
Nope, you're wrong. It's a Zomami deck, Hirsch. Look at that. Zolani on the top end, Tria. Spritling are just the entree, They're what gets you going, gets your appetite going. Zolani is the main course in this deck. That's where my eyes are. The game is gonna go like usual, play some Spritelings, buffed up Spritelings, do some shenanigans that, Ionia and Targon could definitely pull out, and then in the end, you just play Zolani and wins. Every game ends like that. So, Zoe Lilia, definitely one of those few of those tricky champions, that can pull out some wacky stuff, with Lilia with her sleep mechanic and Zoe with the random generating of celestials that you can get. You can definitely do some stuff there, but in the end, it is just Zolani go,
But the question that we really need to be asking here is this value?
This is less value than the value that we saw on the other side, but it definitely has some value.
Gotcha. So this deck does not pass the value check. Okay, gotcha.
It has win cons in the end. You cannot have win cons if you're a value deck. You just win through value. This has like some degree of value, but it has win cons in the Zolani, so not a value deck.
Gotcha. Moving on to the second deck of the night, Demacia Freljord. What does that mean, Ace? We have an Udyr deck.
Mid-range.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. What do we got here? This isn't our normal. This isn't our normal scheduled program. This isn't Udyr Morgana. This is Udyr Gallier. Gallio. Jeez.
Yeah, man. It's been so long since you've seen Gallia that you even forgot his name.
Yeah, the last time I saw Galio, there was a pike with it.
Oh my god. Well, there is no pike here, but there is other 5-cost champions. Pike 5-cost? I've never seen him main played.
Pike is a 5-cost unit. Yes, he's also a 5-cost unit.
Yeah, okay, there we go. We have a different 5-cost champion in the form of Udyr. So Udyr with Galio, as you said, usually Morgana is paired with it, but Galio provides, I guess, that more beefiness up the top. We are switching few cards here and there. We are playing Petricite Haunt and Petricite Charger to have more of those beefier HP units. So when Galio comes down, you can get more of a value out of it. But we are missing that Morgana part with the healing and the curse. So it's definitely a little bit more towards the mid-range. This is basically just full-on going on the board. You have to win through the board. And I kind of like it that he has, you know, a little bit of a difference from what we usually see and what players usually face, and maybe that's the edge they need.
I'm really excited, and I honestly hope we get to see this deck, just because we've seen so much Udyr Morgana. This would be like really fresh for everything. And there's one card in this deck, I don't know if you see it, Ace, but it's that card that's sitting under Gallia right there that nobody really has seen played before.
Now, what you mean? It's Petrosite Hall.
Yeah,
It captures a unit.
Yeah, no one really, no one has played, like, I've never seen Petrosite Hall be played at all.
Yeah, it has 3 portions of the story. The first one, it says an ally captures a unit. The second one says curse your opponent with suppression, and the third one says obliterate all cards captured by allies. Now, there's not much synergy because the only capture is the Petrosite Hall, but I guess it's like a fun one-off that we're probably not gonna see anyways, but we can hope.
Yeah. And moving on to the third and final deck of Arachnobat, we have, what is this, Ace?
I think this is value, but
I think this is value, but I'm not sure. I don't know yet.
I'm pretty sure this is value.
I don't know yet, man.
Well, let's see. Victor Heimer, no win cons. Yeah, I think this is value.
What do you mean? We have Capsize. Capsize is our win con. We have.
Well, there's no.
We have 9 mana. We have 9 mana Ionian Runation.
Yeah, but there's no Fort Chief.
This is also true, but you know what? There actually is a big difference I'm seeing on the unit side from this list versus the other ones. Not only because of the Forge Chief, but where in Panda's version he's running Clocklings, whereas in this version you're running to a Ferris Financier, just to get that extra 6 or those extra 6 cost spells going for you as well.
Yep. Love me some Reggie. As you said, Reggie, great. We see also one Sunken Temple. I also see a couple of one-offs that are different, right? We see, as you said, Singular Will. I think Capsize and Memory Cloak were not in the other deck. Yeah, Capsize and Memory Cloak not in the other deck, so definitely a little bit of a difference in spells and interaction. Well, basically in cards as well. So, but it's still, in the end of the day, it's just value.
Yes, it do be valuing. This is like the McDonald's value menu.
Yeah, but this is just like 15 years ago where it was actually valuable.
All right, throwing it back to the caster desk while we wrap up the decks, Ace. Let us throw it now into predictions, and this is what everybody is thinking for predictions tonight. I am the lone one out because I am a firm believer that Azir's Ascended is going to win this because they do their homework a lot. I know Aatrox Darkin has been has been basically the underdogs of this season as well. But honestly, I think it's just I would have expected this match to be the finals match if you asked me. I wouldn't have expected this match to be the semifinal match.
Picking the easy choice. Pick the reigning champions that had the best scores in groups. But it's funny that, Hirsch, come on. You said it. We saw it last week. Recency bias. That's the only bias we need. Nothing matters what happens except last week. So that's the only thing we see. But recency bias says Arachnobats. I mean, not Arachnobats, right? Darkins. The Darkins, best team in the whole league, right? They went 3-0 last week. No other team went 3-0 last week, so
yeah,
gotta go with them.
And moving it on to the matchup screen where we can see all the decks all at once. These are not the actual bands.
Oh, let me guess the bands.
No, it's the I forgot to reset them when I was testing.
So this is not the bands?
These are not the bands. What are we thinking?
Okay,
what are we thinking of bands?
Well, Udi are not getting banned because you said it's not the bands, but it was bands. So yeah, but just aside, I think that Nyla Janna will get off the table. I feel like that is one of those decks where it can just draw no matter what you play, and I didn't see too much of landmark removal in the list from what I remember. Now I might be remembering wrong, but except Portal Pioneer. Well, I guess Portal Pioneer is kind of good enough, right? So I guess it's not gonna get banned. Okay, switching completely. I think both value decks will be off the table.
You think both value decks are going to be off the table?
You know, value, who needs value? It's all about what matters right now, you know?
So, I will say, Ace, I just now looked at the bands.
It is value.
No, I just looked at the bands. This is actually
Oh my god, this is what...
This is actually kind of hilarious because these actually were the correct bands.
So you just lied.
No,
You just said that
I didn't know what they were because this was me testing the stream, and this just so happens to be what the decks were bands.
You said specifically this is not the bands. You're trying to throw me off completely, but I still got one right, and that counts double because you lied, so I'm completely right.
I would never do that to you, Ace. So...
You lied to the whole chat as well.
So, looking at these bands, what are we thinking for the lineup tonight? We have two aggro decks versus a board-based deck and value.
You know, I don't know if I would call aggro deck Nilajana, but sure. But yeah, it's good. It feels like we're gonna have to see the Zoe Lilia trying to get a game here, because it definitely feels like the overall power level of the deck, it's not the same as this meta standard decks that we have, but it can pull out a game, and I'm hoping to see it. Well, looks like we're not gonna see it just yet. Instead, we're gonna have a value against cheating and see which one is better.
Against cheating?
We'll see. So, Nyla Jenna against Victor Heimer. Opening hand. Well, kind of strong here. Alright, let's see. Let's look at this, Hirsch.
Double
Sleep Panda. Double Pool Shark. Exalted Wing in the hand. Master Lookout as well. Now, we might see some Pool Shark, maybe like one getting played at this turn just to try to cycle the hand out. And on the other side, we see Ballistic Bot. But other than the Ballistic Bot, I feel like Arachnobot is kind of chilling here.
Yeah.
Because Sleepy Panda is not putting too much pressure, and it's already turn 3. Ooh, nice pass as well. Those one-drops, what are called? Master Lookouts. The Master Lookouts are not yet
turned on,
evolved, not yet gotten that +1/+1 and brash if you've drawn 3 cards. The Sleepy Panda hasn't drawn cards yet. So the attack is not that threatening, so Arachnobot just offers an open pass, but instead Sleepy Panda plays one of the Pool Sharks, and now it's 5 damage. 5 damage is a decent amount of damage, but Arachnobot can play the Ballistic Bot, they can Mystic Shot, they can Rocket Barrage and just clear the whole board. Now, that wasn't risky, because Eye of the Storm was 4 mana, and they had 3 left over. Otherwise, Eye of the Storm could have blown them out there. But Arachnobot playing around that well. Ooh, that's some good draws from
That's actually really nice, getting a Vikrash and a Windborn Mariner here.
Yeah, manages to play both of the fleeting cards, so retains all the value from those as well. On the other side, Capsize is very good, because it stops.
It stops everything.
Yeah, I mean, we still probably play the Mariner, right? Because it's a fleeting.
Yeah.
But we do lose the Vikrash, so... And Vikrash was kind of important there for the... what's the draw card called? The Slipstream, right? So no Slipstream in the deck. And now it's turn 5. And the board is really not that threatening. Now we see a Janna come down. But that... Ooh. Now, will Arachnobot commit this Heimerdinger on the board? That would lock them out of any play. So it is a little bit dangerous, because Sleepy Panda can play Eye of the Storm, which costs 4, but then the Windborn Mariner will go down to 0, so that just can, cascade into all kinds of stuff. So Arachnobot just passes. I like the pass. Really nice pass. Let's see what Sleepy Panda goes for here. If they're feeling aggressive, yeah, I like this. Goes for the Eye of the Storm. Now the Windborn Mariner cost 0. So now the attack is kind of threatening. We see 9, 11 damage. 11 damage is a decent amount of damage. Heimer comes down. Heimer can block one of the three attacker units.
I don't think you
Or
want
he
to,
can
though.
get Janna down to 2 HP and try to get it from there. Because it's kind of dangerous to go down to, what is this, 6 HP? 6 HP against a deck that runs 3 Mystic Shots and 3 Divine Whirlwind in that amount of draw. It is slightly dangerous. Ooh, just takes it. Well, big moves. Ooh, Aftershock and a second Janna as well. Ooh, Victor on the other side. Double Mystic. Ooh, let's see what Sleepy Panda goes for here. Now, the double Mystic can also be used to remove a champion here, but can also just go face and get them down to 2 HP, you know? I feel like that might be more valuable than just removing a Heimer. Or a Victor if it comes down. Alright, we're starting off with a Mystic Shot. Beaming down that board. Getting a bot in the hand as well. Cloudwinder, pretty good. We're probably going to see Nyla as well here. That's a 5 white attack. Now Arachnobot can, you know, play Victor spell. 2 bots, going to be 4 white. So it's definitely...
So, if Victor rolls lifesteal here...
Oh, come on. No way, right? Off the first hit, it's going to be tough. It's always tough. The first one, it's tough.
Are you sure?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? That's tough.
Hello?
That's not tough.
I mean, it's tough, right? Tough luck. That's hilarious, man.
But as long as Victor doesn't roll lifesteal here, we are honestly kind of chilling.
Oh, well, we're not pushing any damage right now. Depends how far Nyla is from leveling. If we can level her from naturally drawing 1 card and then Eye of the Storm for 3. And of course any other...
So Nyla is at 13 of 15.
Oh, that means she levels. That means Open is just winning here.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's definitely something Sleepy Panda will be saying after he swings here. It's gotcha. Oh, another storm. That's really good. Alright, just full swings. Deals 2 to everything. And now any unit hitting is just lethal even through that deny. But it feels like even with that deny, it's just really hard. Especially because there's not even a blocker for the Nyla. So
well, we have 2 bounce spells.
Yeah, so a recall has to be committed, right? Which means that's like 3 of your mana just going down the drain immediately. And Sleepy Panda, all they need to find is just another burn spell, right? And they have like 4 more of them in the deck, but with so much draw, it's just so easy to find it.
So we're putting Arachnobat here on a clock. This is like a 2 to 3 turn clock here, honestly.
Yeah, clock have not much on the board except this Heimer, right?
Because this knight is going back to hand right now, and then that is extremely risky.
I mean, makes sense because 4 and 3 is basically the same, right? It's still 2 spells that kill you, right? Because Divine Whirlwind does 2 to the Nexus, right? And Mystic Shot does 2, so 3 and 4 is basically the same amount of number.
But double Eye of the Storm is lethal here.
Well, yeah, I guess Eye of the Storm is something we have to consider.
But this bounce spell is going to get committed to the Nyla. This full block is going to be committed here, and Sleepy Panda is going to go for lethal and try to throw out both these Mystic Shots and see what happens, honestly.
Alright, we see the commitment of the recall spell.
Oh, we're digging.
Oh, nice. Digging and also... Also just removing the Heimer, so even if Arachnobat manages to survive here, how are they winning, right?
Yeah.
Because nothing from Sleepy Panda's side actually dies except that Bull Shark. So yeah, this is just doomed. Alright, we see the combat resolving.
So,
Or Arachnabat loses the whole board.
yeah, Arachnabat just not even gonna bother committing it tonight. Just try to save the victor. Or no, you weren't even saving the victor to begin with, but
Mhm.
not gonna
Oh,
commit.
there's one fearsome bot. Maybe we can do something with this fearsome bot first. It's very scary on the board.
It's a very scary bot. It's a very scary bot.
Yeah. Now, if Arachnabat plays... well, we're gonna see one Mystic. Oh, yeah. Slow cook it. Oh, yeah. I love it. It's marinating.
Is marinating. So
Yeah,
we're
marinating the board.
yeah, we're just committing or going for the soft commit
There
here.
we go.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Tapping under, deny mana. Gonna give Sleepy Panda the first win of the night.
Well, that's game one done. And now it's down to the fearsomes. Down to the Allegiance deck to actually pull out a win here against two more value-oriented decks. So it's definitely gonna come down to early game, right? The Allegiance deck, as you said, it is more aggressive, so it really needs strong presence on the board in the early game to be able to close out before the value decks just outvalue the whole game. Value.
Yeah.
Value.
And unfortunately, we won't be able to see Mulligan because there is a bug going on right now. But
no,
the Mulligan for Sleepy Panda was not the greatest Mulligan in the world.
But there you go. We got two Elises or Elisai.
Elisai.
Elisai. I like the sound of that. Let's go with that.
But it is looking very hopeful on the side of for Sleepy Panda, just because in the hand of Arachnabat we are not seeing a Rocket Barrage, and Rocket Barrage is kind of nice value in this deck.
Reggie could pull out anything here, so.
But Reggie can't pull Rocket Barrage.
Okay, Reggie can't pull Rocket Barrage. Can pull. Wait, technically it can pull. What's the Ezreal spell cost called? The
True
7-drop.
Shot Barrage.
True Shot Barrage. So it can pull a different kind of barrage. Maybe that will be helpful. Capsize pretty good here. On top of just putting the least back in the hand, also just stops any further development because it's just such a good card. And you see Ripple Elisai?
Oh man.
That's a lot of spiderlings that can be summoned if something dies, but let's see if anything dies. On the other side, we're just probably gonna get double Reggie here.
So I want to point out the hesitation of Sleepy Panda now are not pushing a Mistwraith last turn. I like that he held up and decided to burn 2 mana just to be able to make this more of a powerful swing, to not really have any, or to kind of draw out as much mana from Arachnabat this turn to make it for a bigger swing. I like the hesitation on that.
It was 1 mana burn, but the point still stands. You're right.
Yeah,
and
1
it
mana
does
burn.
allow them. It does allow them to play the Mistwraith this turn. Oh no, just copying. I like this as well, because now a unit definitely dies. So we can play the Spiderling, the Spooderlings, and then Elise will level. And Elise leveling might not mean that. Might not be that big of a deal, but gives fearsome to all of those little spiderlings and challengers. You can just pull stuff away so your bigger units can hit. And it's all just +2 power on at least, so it's definitely a good play post combat here. Unless of course we see twin disciplines on Reggie just kills Elise. We can also see that.
I doubt we'll see a kill of the Elise, if I'm being honest.
Oh, we'll see. You never know. Another Reggie gets committed.
Oh,
Singular will. Recall all units. Yeah, there we go.
Wait,
The recallination.
We didn't go for the most value card.
No.
How is our value deck not going for the value card?
Well, value, right? Oh, just gonna trade down the 2 spiderlings. Okay, are we gonna see double Elise spiderlings here?
No, I don't think so, but just because it's just going to flood our board a little bit and just play into more Rocket Barrage. But I mean,
but crawling sensation.
it might not be the worst thing here.
4 spiderlings.
I prefer banking the 4 actually.
Hilarious.
I prefer banking the mana just because we have 2 missed calls in hand.
I mean, it's probably correct to do so because it would be too much spiders. Oh, Hirsch, that's like
We found.
that's Soul Harvest.
Yeah.
That's a 2-off in the whole deck, and that was a perfect top deck of it. Now there is 2 mana left, so Sleepy Panda actually playing like really respectfully here, because don't wanna get blown out by that Twin Disciplines in hand. Twin Disciples, I think. Twin Disciplines.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's Twin Disciplines.
Yeah, it's Twin Discipline.
So just playing it slow. I actually like that as well, because the open attack is also pretty decent, I would say, with the burst summon of another Mistrace, both of them having 3 damage. It's not bad, so Sleepy Panda definitely wouldn't mind passing here. Let's see what Arachnabat can do here. If they pre-commit the Twin Disciplines, they get to play a bot, but the bot is just a 2-1. But wait, is the 2 mana bot a 3-1? No, I think it's a 2-1, right? 2-1 with tough, I believe.
Yes, it's 2-1 with tough.
Yeah, so means not the fearsome blocker. So, we see pass.
Double Soul Harvest.
So are we gonna see a burst summon of the Misrate and just go ham? Or
That's
will Arachnabat...
technically lethal, right? No, it's not.
I mean, we have a sleep. With the sleep, it's not, right? We can block 2.
We can block 6 here.
5.
No,
Well, yeah, we commit the Twin Disciplines, right?
Yeah, like you have to in this instance, so you're only taking 5 damage, yeah. So it's not lethal.
It can also go down to like 1. You know, the deck has no burn from what I remember, right?
I also
Except
want
the
to point out.
sneakily double Nocturne.
I want to point out the sleep is a double-edged sword. You know why? Because once it's
Because you do get the buff, right? It's a summon effect.
Yeah, it's a summon effect. So this is a double-edged sword here.
Mm. Yeah, I do agree, but you kind of have to do it, right? Because otherwise you are just dead. So it's a double-edged sword, but you would much rather have it than not have it. We see the Twin Disciplines committed as well, so we are going to save more HP here. You see 1 misrate just straight out die, and we sleep the other one.
Opting to go down to 2 HP.
Yeah, 2 HP is fairly safe when Sleepy Panda doesn't have the attack token, right? Because there's just no burn in the deck, as we mentioned, so... And the bots will help, you know, get a little bit more of a board presence there.
All right, now we crawling sensation.
Alright, there we go, at least flip. That's a full board as well.
This is gonna be so tragic if
Oh, and I like this. You just commit one of the Soul Harvest? Yeah, one of the Soul Harvest just to keep that board team. Because at 2 HP, just 2 Spiderlings needs to hit.
So if Arachnabat top decks a Rocket Barrage here, this is actually like game changing here.
That's nice animation. Alright, Mystic Shot is not bad. We can start off with a formula here, which only costs 3 mana to play, right? So it's not the worst of plays. We get a 6 cost bot, the elusive one, for free. So I can see a way where Arachnabat just pulls through this, especially with these draws that are gonna come in. Because you said it. Rocket Barrage, nope, not there.
Can still get. Oh wait, no, we can't get it off a formula.
You mean Flash of Brilliance?
No, not yet. Flash of Brilliance, yes. But we can get something off of Flash of Brilliance that can actually kind of help us here, maybe.
Or we can just go 6 wide, you know, that works too. There you go, Flash of Brilliance.
Ooh, Transmogulate. That actually can save us.
I mean, I don't know about saving. Yeah, I guess it can make a unit 1 HP, right? I mean 1 damage if needed. So far, it's still lethal, right? Because the Spiderlings do have Challenger. So they can pull stuff away so the bigger units can hit. So Arachnobat is still not out of the woods. But it's definitely looking like they might pull this through. It's gonna come down to how Sleepy Panda actually plays this. They really don't have much in hand at all. So they would really like to bluff some stuff and maybe get the Arachnobat to pass without using all of their value. So we'll see how far Arachnobat pushes here. Ooh, that's exactly the 2 units that Sleepy Panda can replenish on the board. That's crazy. After I literally said there is nothing to replenish. Wow. Alright, well, Elise and the miss rates get removed, and then Sleepy Panda will just replay the Elise and miss rate. But now that we played that 6-cost spell, yeah. Now the Soul Harvest is gonna kill out a bot. Yeah, right, because it has to be... they would spend 3 mana? Wait, why didn't he just kill the
Heimerdinger? I'm very, very confused about that, honestly.
Maybe trying to save up more mana, because that would have cost 1 more mana, but I don't see why we're saving the mana. Now, currently, is it lethal? We pull all 3 things. Mystic Shot. It is lethal currently, except the Transmogulator, which can create a 1 damage unit.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually not lethal because of the Transmogulator for now.
The Hexa Transmogulator is actually going to be really clutch here.
It's 4 to 6 on the board, but after a Mystic Shot, we are still left with 1 unit hitting the Nexus, but with Transmogulator, we can make one of the units have 1 damage. Ooh. What is this doing? What did we just do?
I don't know.
But, well, this is a power move, you know? Yeah. I mean... I guess it didn't matter if that unit is there or not. In hindsight, it doesn't matter. But as we... Oh, wait a minute. Alright, there we go. Oh, we just recall it. Did we top deck the recall spell? I didn't see it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, nice. You don't even have to Transmogulator. That's great.
I think...
No, you don't have to think, Hirsch. This is over.
No, I mean, if... That was actually lethal. That was lethal.
No, Transmogulator a unit, right?
No, it's still lethal. Because you pulled all the fearsome blockers out.
Yeah, but Elise was not at least 2 HP?
No, Elise was 3.
It was 3?
Yeah, she was 3. That's a missed lethal right there, Ace. And now because of that, Sleepy Panda loses this match.
Well, it's not lethal, right? Because they just top decked the...
No, that was lethal, Ace. Because he had no mana to Transmogulate. It was either Transmogulate or because he had 3 threats presenting lethal.
Yeah, but one of the units would have just... The bot would have just blocked the Stygian Onlooker, right? Because it doesn't have fearsome. Because it was played previous turns, right?
You're right, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not a missed lethal. We missed the lethal on Sleepy Panda side. We thought it's over, but it was actually like still playable, maybe. So yeah, but none of that matters, Hirsch. It's 1-1, and now it comes down to the Zoe Lilia to pull out a game for Arachnobot and continue that streak from last week, right? Of just not losing a single best of 3.
I think this puts this deck against fearsomes is really rough for Sleepy Panda.
I guess it depends on how fast they can buff out the Spritelings to be fearsome blockers, right?
I mean, we already can.
I mean, yeah, still turn 4, right? There you go, Spritelings +2. Not trading, because it will grow, so... Let's see Mr. Root, Mr. Groot, distant cousin, Mr. Root, come down.
I am Root.
I am Root, and he draws, so it's pretty decent. Sleepy Panda's hand is not that bad. Does have a fearsome that can swing next turn for 3, maybe even play the other spider, and maybe push out 6. But on the other side, we have 1 sleep and then 2 Sprite Mother, and once the Sprite Mother comes down, I feel like Arachnobad will stabilize on the board. So it really comes down to how fast Sleepy Panda can push damage and if they can close out afterwards. So I definitely like just playing down this spider or maybe even this arachnoid. If we play this arachnoid horror, we can copy our Stygian Onlooker, and that means we can push a 6-10 damage.
Yeah,
But we see, oh yeah, that's 10 damage.
Yeah, that would be a big
I
power
think not a
move.
fearsome blocker, yes. Yet, oh, that's actually just 10 damage hitting. Oh, we don't. Wait, we're not committing.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, this is pretty big decisions because Sleepy Panda does have the Frenzied Skitterer in hand. You know, in their mind, it must be going, Skitterer into copying the Skitterer, removing fearsome blocker. But it's also just +4 damage right now, right here. So definitely a decision to be made. Oh, goes for it. Bomb. Oh,
And
10 damage.
I think this is a correct play.
That's a 4 for 4 fearsomes have attacked for Nocturne as well, so that means he will level on the next swing, which means everything will have fearsome, but at that point I don't think it matters if everything has fearsome or not.
Opting to go for the full swing to trade down the Mr. Root.
Right? Fearsomes go through. 2 of your units have died, right? Because one was ephemeral. Oh, at least not that bad. And there we go. Fearsome blockers galore. Now, yeah, if we play Nocturne. Oh, Nocturne flipped.
This
Because it's a fearsome or Nightfall, and the Stygian was just counted.
This actually.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
Yeah,
But we can. Ah, shit.
this line is actually
Yeah,
lethal.
This is actually insane. I didn't calculate correctly that the Nocturne would just flip because I only counted fearsome units. But the Stygian Onlooker, because it attacked twice, we didn't block it in the first attack, right? That actually just cascaded into the whole game getting out of hand. Wow. Whoa. First, that turn 1, where Stygian Onlooker swinged, never mind, counted for Nocturne, but we didn't trade with it, so it attacked again on turn 3, so it counted again, and that's what made Nocturne level up here.
How did it count? Because it wasn't fearsome.
Yeah, but it's Nightfall.
Oh, true.
Nocturne says you attack with 5 Nightfall.
That's so
or
true.
Fearsome.
I forgot about that. I forgot about the Nightfall
Yeah, I forgot
part.
as well, and it looks like that's exactly what might get the win for Sleepy Panda here, because look at that. That's everything is fearsome. Everything is.
So Arachnobad's
Should we go for sleep here?
No,
If we sleep, no, we have to sleep the Nocturne, right, to stop this fearsome attacker, right? And stop any, further damages to the power level of the units. Now this Sentry is also kind of going crazy here. But with 4 mana, we can play another Mother here. Another Sprite Mother. Sprite Mother will be 3/3. We'll have 1 fearsome blocker.
but it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
That's
It's not enough, right?
No, that's not enough. That's just lethal.
Wow. Well, it all came down to that one. It is, right? 2/2. Yeah. It all came down to that one Stygian Onlooker that attacked on turn 1 and it wasn't traded. And we managed to copy it on turn 3 and attack with it as well. Oh my god. Holy. Well, that was a fast game. Oh, I didn't expect that kind of blowout.
Yeah, it was honestly a very fast game. Both decks can be volatile, but if Spritlings are able to scale fast enough, like hitting that Nocturne, hitting that Frenzied Skitterer is just like what kind of secured everything for Sleepy Panda to be able to be in that position.
Yeah. Look at that. Arachnobot, the player that went 3-0 last week, out in the first match of the day.
Yeah. So now the other two, Rich Game Buddy and 10 Stews, now have to be able to go through the entirety of Azir's Ascended now. So
Well, they didn't play last week, right?
no, they didn't play last week at all.
They didn't play last week. So they're well rested. They're well rested for today. So there's still chances. We cannot give up yet.
There is still chances. You are correct. But with that, we are going to throw it to a quick break here. We will be back in 5 minutes to figure out who we are going to be watching next on the side of Aatrox Darkin versus Sleepy Panda. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss a single moment of this today.
Don't go anywhere.
Come down the endless fire to bring forth the ages, to be left with no pain. You'll see your visions eye and give your body to the fire. It's true that you were born to die. So now we set your spirits free. Let the lifeless clear away. For we have come to save you from your pain. So let your voices scream. Powerless lifelines free from time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Aegis Esports ACL. What does it stand for, Ace?
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean, you're Ace, right?
Oh, yeah. What was the question?
What does ACL stand for? And no, it's not the muscle in your knee.
Oh, that's the people that, it gets teared a lot, right? At the ACL, like combination.
Yeah.
It stands for Aegis Champions League. Don't test me, I know my stuff.
I hope you would, because I'm going to ask you another question here, Ace. Why don't you give us a recap, or can you give us a recap of last match we just witnessed, so I can form that in the form of a question? Go.
Of course I can. Oh, you wanted to give it as well? I thought that was the question. I thought the question is, can I?
No.
And I was like, yeah, I can. That just chill. But yeah, what we saw is Sleepy Panda living up to their group stage performance, right? I did mention before we started that Sleepy Panda was, I think, the only player that didn't have a game loss. So they just got in here, got the first best of 3 win. Now it was, a little bit wonky. It went down to 3 games. We saw Hybrid Victor banned from their list, but then Jan and Nila managed to pull through. Second game, we saw the Fearsome Allegiance a little bit, struggled to close out games. But in game 3, it was just rapid fire. Just turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and it was over. So just a quick best of 3, I would say. And the players are definitely hungry for games today. It feels like we're gonna see a lot of these faster games that we saw in game 3
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. So why don't we throw it into the decks of this next match, Ace? We are going to be watching Rich Game Buddy versus Sleepy Panda now. So moving on into the deck list, we're going to briefly touch over Sleepy Panda's decks. We have Elise Nocturne here, watched to win game 3 by turn 5 with just an amazingly quick Nocturne play and a Frenzy Skitterer combo. On top of that, stopping these Spritlings from becoming fearsome blockers. Moving on to the second deck, we have, what is this, Ace? What
Value.
It is value. It's value. You're right.
Yes, I know this. I knew that.
Yes. So quickly take us through this deck.
It's value. As you said, a lot of value in the deck. It was banned, but it was a valuable ban. We didn't see it, but we saw what it can do on the other side. But right, we saw Sleepy Panda fall to this exact same deck. Once it gets Jaime and Victor, or some of that combination rolling, it can just steamroll the game. So value is the name of the game, and this is definitely gaming.
Yes. Moving on to the third and final deck of Sleepy Panda, we have Nyla Jana. Quick draw your entire deck and just win forehead. That's basically the name of this deck.
Wow, that was really quickly drawn by you. Nice.
Yeah, thank you. I drew it up on the spot. Moving on to Rich Game Buddy's decks now. We have,
right.
Oh man, look at that, Demacia Gaming.
Well, we saw Rich Games Buddy teammate, right, the Rachnabat, play Udyr, but with Galio. But Rich Game Buddy says, nah, for rich people, Morgana is the way to go. And look at that, Morgana, a little bit of difference in the spells and units that we use. We see Omen Hawk here. We see Vulpine Wanderer as well. I believe there was Vulpine Wanderer in the other. Doesn't matter. In spells, we see a Rally here splashed. One Petrocite Hole in both decks, yeah, and Magical Flattering as well. So it definitely comes down to different tastes of decks in the same team, right? We saw the Arachnobot playing Galio, more mid-range, more wanting to end the games through a board with Galio, but here Morgana, just real nice addition, especially against this more aggressive decks. I mean, it's decent against fearsomes, I would say. So I like Morgana more than Galio. So I definitely think that this deck has even better chances at winning than what Arachnabat brought.
Yes, moving on to the second deck of the night, we have what I believe is Action Sivir. Yep, Action Sivir, the only thing that you would play Demacia Shurima in. Very, very standard looking deck here.
Kai'Sa. You could play Kai'Sa with Demacia back in the day, so it's not the only deck.
I mean, true, but it's the only one day and age now.
All right. Well, as you said, Akshan Sivir. Now, Demacia, yes. Now, this is one of those Demacia decks that is really more reliant on the spell side and on, you know, buffing your units, but your units are really cheap. You don't have those, you know, big units that just slam the board and just control the board. You really kind of have to work to make your units become those beefy boys, right? You need that Akshan hitting, that hordes, maybe slam a swinging glaive on it, you know, get some Vakuran buffs on it, you know, from Bruiser and stuff like that, you know, here and there, buffs, and then from there you can, you know, strike, rally, do all the Demacia shenanigans we like. Sivir there to give our whole board attack speed if we can get to that point, spell shield. It's just really toolboxy deck once it can get stuff on the board, but it's really important for the deck to have something on the board to make it big and to control the board with it. So it's definitely a make or break deck, depends on what you can provide on the board.
Yes. Moving on to the third and final deck for Rich Game Buddy, one of my favorite decks from back in the day, Quinn Aatrox. Man, I miss this deck so much, and this is just a blast from the past. What a way to round up a lineup with Aatrox Dark and then to run Aatrox himself.
Hell yeah. Living up to the name, the team's name, Aatrox Darkings. What do you play?
Weapons.
Aatrox. Yeah, Darkins. Yeah, but yeah, this is one of those decks that was, you know, top of the meta for like so long, but it didn't really get that much hate. You know, it's usually when a deck is, you know, dominant in the meta, usually it gets hate a lot. But I didn't see back in the day a lot of people hating on the deck, because it was, you know, slightly more unique way to use Demacia, you know, with all of this Darkins, different kinds of weapons. Then you can play the weapons as Darkins. You can buff your units of all kinds of different combinations. So yeah, as you said, you know, Aatrox really strong. Queen there. Queen as a unit, maybe not the best, but Queen comes with Valor. Ooh, that's just, you know, insanely good value, because you can put quick attack on it, you can put tough, you can put Darking Spear, get those 2 attacks going to buff. Other than Queen and Aatrox and a bunch of weapons, we have Challenger units from Demacia. Demacia, great with Challenger units. We have Fleet Feather Tracker, we have Broadwing, we have Pioneer, and, you know, Paget Bear there, just a nice body, 3 mana 4/4, and Ranger Knight Defector again. It can get Scout, and then Scout with Darking Spear or Darking Harp. You know, it can just really get out of hand pretty fast. And, you know, what is Demacia also famous for? Strike spells. We see 2 Concerted Strikes, 3 Gentleman's Duels, 1 Cataclysm. The Cataclysm has this nice interaction with Scout.
Yeah.
You know, if we put it on Scout,
3 mana rally.
The most Demacia things. It's a rally. So, and also single combat. So basically all the strike spells. And, you know, 1 sharp side, 3 form up buffs. Just a really nice, straightforward deck that can be played in so much different variation with the different equipments you can play and the different Darkins you can summon.
I am so excited to see this deck. This actually just makes me really excited, because this is like I said, this is just a blast from the past. I'm really hyped right now, Aegis. So moving on to the matchup screen, see all 3 lineups all at once. What are we thinking for bans here, Aegis? Go.
Well, Sleepy Panda banned Udyr Galio the last best of 3, right? It did turn out pretty good for them. Now it has Morgana. Morgana is even more scary, but I feel like today is not your day. And since you're excited about the Aatrox deck, I feel like it will get banned.
You feel like it's going to get banned?
yeah, I feel like Aatrox is gonna get banned, and the value deck is gonna be banned from Sleepy Panda's side. I feel like the Rich Game Body Aatrox from Aatrox Darkings, Rich Game Body here will be banning the value deck. So Victor, Heimer off the table, and on Sleepy Panda's side, just because they heard you, Hirsch, and they don't want to have nice time, they will ban the Aatrox deck.
Ace, why you're very consistent at being at 50%, you know that?
Yeah, I really hope it's the Aatrox one, correct?
No, it's not. It's the value deck does get taken off the board, and by no surprise at all, the Udyr Morgana deck gets taken off
That's
the
the
board.
same decks from last game. Are you sure you changed them? Is this not something you forgot to change from last best of 3?
Nope,
This
I
is the
am
same bands.
100% sure. I am 100% sure, and I am also 100% sure that we're gonna see Aatrox first off. Let's go!
Wow, Aatrox is in the hand as well.
Yeah, so we just kick everything but the Darkened Spear. Oh, okay, I guess not. I think that was.
Well,
I think we were supposed to kick everything but the Darkened Spear, honestly. But
Rich Game Body decided that they need early game, right? They don't want that Nilla and all the early shenanigans that Nyla Jana can pull out. So they really wanted some early game. Now it didn't turn out exactly how they hoped for with this draws, but maybe the next one. Oh, another strike spell. That's Queen and 3 strike spells. Queen, 2 ball spells, 3 strike spells. That's a full house right there.
that's more than a full house.
It's a full house in poker terms. You get just 3 of the same kind and 2. Yeah, it's that kind of full house. But it's not the fastest of hands for Sleepy Panda as well, right? So
I don't know. This is looking kind of fast to me.
Reach Game Buddy has no playable cards right now. It's turn 4, Hirsch, and there is no playable cards in Reach Game Buddy hand. Alright, the Queen. Hit him with the Queen. Oh, now the Pioneer shows up. Oh my god, the timing on that guy. That's gotta sting a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Let's see how much damage we pushed through here. It's probably gonna be an open attack after the buff, so it's only 7.
Still not
Not the
bad.
end of the days, especially because Aatrox, once he comes down, right? The healing is there. So it's not over, even though they are going down to 9 HP. Or wait, will they go to 9 HP? Decisions to be made. Alright, 9. Okay, 11 HP. Why did I count 9? No, never mind. So now we don't have any weapons, but we have Aatrox. And Aatrox with the strike spells, right? Heal 2 on summon and strike. There's definitely some chance there to pull this back. And now the hand that we kind of weren't too happy to see last turn, you know, all the buff spells and all the strike spells, now it can come in handy with the Aatrox on the board if we see it next turn.
I mean, we have a lot of burn in hand that we're able to really deal with this Aatrox very well, in my opinion.
Oh, we do
have slightly
decide
less
to-
burn now.
Slightly less burn, exactly.
But I think this is perfectly fine. I don't think Rich Game Buddy wants to commit. I mean, you can force another card out of Sleepy Panda by playing single combat here, but I don't know if this is worth it.
That is the exact consideration that they're having right now. They decided not to go for it, you know. Deciding to keep those buff spells for and strike spells for Aatrox. Let's see if that pays out, because now Aatrox comes down, heals 2. Big boy on the board. Let's see the top deck. Ooh, Joral. Alright, there we go. 13. Lipstream on the other side. Getting some Miriam, getting some Wick Crash. That's going to be a 6 white from a Sleepy Panda hand. Sleepy Panda side, my bad. But let's see here. So we have 4 damage in hand, right? Well, technically 5, right? Because it's deal 3 to a unit if we decide to go for a unit with Divine Whirlwind.
Yeah.
So that kind of maybe stops Rich Game Buddy from attacking, but if we slam this tough weapon on it, that's basically mortal. Because all of the damage that Nyla Jenna can deal, it's all like, 1, 2, 3. And with tough, it becomes really tough to kill him.
I see what you did there. This guy thinks he's slick.
This guy thinks he's tough.
But the thing is, when we throw on the Darkened Aegis on Aatrox, we lose regen.
Mm.
So it's going to be
also an excellent point.
It's going to be really hard to keep this Aatrox alive.
I mean, with tough, I don't think it's going to be that tough to keep him alive.
So it goes up to 7. You buff one of our 2 damage units to 4. That's 3. Our Divine Whirlwind does 2, so that's 5. So yeah, I mean, it's going to have 2 HP left.
Ooh, tough HP left.
True.
You can also take the pass here.
I'm not opposed to it.
Ooh, Sleepy Panda commits here. Oh, the Nile levels. Well, now swinging definitely looks better for Rich Game Buddy, right? Alright, 6 wide and 4 mana to work with. Swinging looks pretty much guaranteed here for Rich Game Buddy. They have to swing. The 2 HP is gonna be really useful. And we're gonna really rely on all of those strike spells that we have in hand. Considering 4 mana is a lot of mana, Nylajana can do a lot for 4. Decides not to attack in the end. Bull Shark, oh, Mystic Shot is a good draw. And Slipstream as well, more draw. Alright, now let's see. Slipstream, okay. Committing the Slipstream. Gotcha, oh, Gotcha is good too. Alright, so I don't think this Aatrox lives to see another day after this swing. But let's see if he does enough to survive this round, actually.
This is going to be a tough ask. Let's see, we're committing at least 8 mana here. Even less now.
Oh, we're making him, yeah. We're making him not be a fearsome, brash blocker. So you probably go for just some buffs here, maybe? Or do you go for strike spells immediately?
Now we go for a buff spell.
Alright, buff spell and a strike spell at the same time, I guess. Okay, now we go for the buff. This still kills the Aatrox, but Aatrox does remove both champions. Now we can still commit a single combat. I mean, a Mystic Shot or Divine Whirlwind. Oh, goes for the buff immediately. The Aatrox still dies, but now it kills... Oh, previously it would have killed just the Nyla, but not the Janna. Now it kills both. Let's see. Okay, Mystic Shot committed and Whirlwind? Are we going to see full commitment here or just... Okay, the Whirlwind. So... Janna does not die here because Aatrox dies from the swing with Nyla. So Janna survives. That's a lot of value. And it's also just lethal. Well, how do we get there? Oh, because of the burn, right? So we're probably going to go for a strike spell here, I believe, right? Strike spell should be the best. Or do we go for another buff?
Go for the strike spell against the Janna. Or against...
Strike spell against Janna would mean that you die...
No, I mean, you go for the strike spell against the crab.
1 damage. You should have gone for the... Oh, no, we just go in for the buff. Wait, that's it, right? Oh, that's just it?
Yeah.
Because the Aatrox heals only once? Oh, no, he just dies before he heals. Oh. Well, I'm bad at math, apparently, Hirsch. But he just died.
I think we're both bad at math.
You know who's not bad at math? Sleepy Panda. 1-0 up.
True. You do be our spitting facts here.
Yeah, and... Well, you were excited to see it, Hirsch, but it didn't really do much.
It bricked, man! What do you want from him? He can't do much! Honestly, I'm very shocked that he even played that out. If that was my hand and I would have drawn that by turn 5, I would have just FF'd immediately.
What do you mean you had a queen? Alright. Changing strategies, no more Aatrox, we're back to Akshan, Sivir, and look at that, both Akshan, both Sivir, and Petrosite Broadwing in hand. That's a pretty good hand from Rich Game Buddy. On the other side, we see Misrate and 4 fearsome attackers. That's pretty decent. Let's see what gets removed. Nothing? Alright, there we go. 4 fearsome attackers against ooh. The Explorer is a decent fearsome blocker as well. Let's see if Action gets committed instead. Probably the Explorer, right? Oh no, Action. Interesting. Just values the tick of the Horde earlier than just blocking here, but I guess that's fine too.
We're playing for the value, Ace.
Yeah, the value, of course. Alright, now that we saw what the Nocturne can do, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Nocturne is actually pretty close to leveling yet again. Alright, +2, quick attack and overwhelm.
You go for overwhelm here.
Yeah, but none of that is actually what you wanted, right? Alright, makes sure that it's gonna be a fearsome blocker no matter what happens here. Okay, we can play Elise and Misrate, or we can go Raid Caller and summon a Misrate. Both plays would cost 4 mana, and depends what Sleepy Panda wants to go here. Decides to go for 1 action summon units, that Mist Caller and the Raid Caller. And on the other side, there's the Acquisitioner. It's called Acquisitioner.
Yes, it is Acquisitioner.
But it's actually a Explorer card, so it's an Explorer. Ain't nobody cares what he's called. He's an Explorer. So it's a fearsome blocker as well, so decent unit. Now the Misrate does get pulled back because Akshan had a free trade into it. Now he probably still does after we play this Shapestone, but you want them to commit stuff before you want them to commit stuff and not just get the free trade. So you see a nice attack here. That should be 3 fearsome units attacking so far, so we're not gonna see that Nocturne flipping on turn 4, which means it's gonna take a little bit more time to cook. But we still push 3 damage, clear a little bit of the board.
And we get another treasure as well.
Another treasure. Now he can decide to put it on action, maybe try to look for Challenger. There we go, Challenger. Challenger quick attack action.
Disgusting.
I think he flips as well. That might be a slight issue.
Will we get out the predict? Another predict.
Wow.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not fearsome blockers, so you wouldn't need 2 Forsaken Bakais in hand. 1 is plenty. Let's see if it actually gets played this turn. Just to predict again, There can never be enough predictions, I guess.
Could you have predicted that?
I already did.
Oh wait, I missed this. What? We went for overwhelm instead of Challenger?
Oh wait, what? Challenge? I guess we are not valuing just removing the units. Because you're pushing for lethal. Oh, I feel like that's a little bit risky if you ask me. Because with the Nocturne next turn, right, we can give. Oh, you might even take this, honestly. I mean, you're probably dead if you take this, but if you don't take it, you're still just blocking like 5 damage, so...
Wait, I'm so confused. Why did we go landmark removal? Are we prepping for Iron Conquest?
Yeah, it does run 3 Iron Conquest, right?
I know, but like in this board state, do we really want Iron Conquest removal?
Well, if not that, will probably be in heal 2, right? Or removal of 1 fearsome. You would. I don't hate the Iron Conquest. You're not really gonna play it anyways, right? But I'm really interested about this Overwhelm. It basically means they... Rich Game Body probably wins next turn? Unless we can remove the Akshan? Alright, so next turn we have enough mana for Elise into a Nocturne. Well,
given the severe overwhelm, which is honestly fair.
Okay, does this change? We can go Elise Stygian.
Oh, you're playing the Nocturne here. We're just nightfalling the Nocturne.
Yeah, I guess we are just nightfalling the Nocturne here. We do get to remove maybe even both of these units. We'll see how this goes, because we only have 1 buff in hand, but we also have 1 strike spell. A gift for Ada. A gift for Renekton.
Yes, for Ada.
Alright, yeah, the Akshan basic... Oh, but Akshan will just block Elise with the Shape Stone. Oh, man. This is tricky. There's a Forsaken Bakai. Not a fearsome blocker yet, but there is a Shape Stone in hand. It can become a fearsome blocker. And most likely from this swing, the Sivir will be flipped. So you have to remove the Sivir as well. But then Akshan will hit our face with that big Overwhelm body of his if he survives. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. Especially because this Sivir can just remove 1 unit as well. With the strike spell. We can get value that way. Yeah, so basically Akshan can block the 1 damage unit. We can buff to kill the Nocturne, or we might not even need to buff, honestly. We can just keep the buff for next turn. We see a strike spell committed here, I believe. Let's see. Okay, Gentleman Duels. Ooh. Okay, saves the Sivir. Now the Nocturne survives as well, but the Sivir levels from this. I didn't notice it needed that lethal to level. Now everything on Rich Game's body side will have quick attack, overwhelm, and spell shield. And on top of this, a sandstone charger that we're just gonna create. And we just swing, pull, -12. That's it. We give them no chance to do anything.
Yeah.
And game 3 again. Wow, this is a little bit of a deja vu here that we are seeing. Last best of 3, just a quick reminder, we saw Sleepy Panda win a game with Nyla Janna, and then drop a game 2 with Fearsomes just to win game 3 in 5 turns. And this best of 3, we saw game 1 where Sleepy Panda won with Nyla Janna, and we saw game 2 where they lost with Elise Allegiance. So I'm not saying that we're gonna see a 5-turn win here, especially since Rich Game Body just pulled out double blocking Budget Bear. But it might still happen. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening.
Already this hand is just so much better.
Oh, what is this? Where was this hand like
Yeah,
2
where
games
is this
ago?
hand 2 games ago? Especially now that we have a challenger unit with Dark and Harp as well. Oh my god.
I mean, just walking badge there. I mean, yeah, swinging probably he makes the most sense here, yeah. 2 damage. That's not that much. Alright, there's the Pioneer. There's the Explorer. Remove landmark. Oh, look at that. Now it gets value. Immediate shutdown on that landmark. No cooking. Now, let's see if we see an open attack here. Because if we don't, we might see the raid claw, but then we still have the weapon. Oh, double Pioneer. Well, this already kind of looks way better.
Yeah.
Now, Sleepy Panda can play the raid color here, you know, buff the miss rate, so they trade into the Pioneers. Oh, or they can just do this, I guess. Darking Harp still does the same thing. Yeah, nothing there. Oh, decides to go for killing this. Yeah, makes sense, because you can, you know, kill that multiple times. It looks like Rich Game Buddy here definitely stabilized the early game. Now it's, I think, down to Sleepy Panda to play enough units for the Harrowing to eventually be a win con. But it feels like it's gonna be a slow grind this game, because with the amounts of raid colors that we can create here, it definitely feels like Rich Game Buddy will have some problems to solve here, but it's definitely looking better like it was unlike 2 games ago, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I see commitment. Didn't notice. Oh, it's just Cataclysm. Now you probably do have to copy this because you will need it eventually.
Yeah.
The following turn. So, oh no, oh, doesn't go for copying it. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I would
that's
have
actually
definitely
very
wanted to
interesting.
have that. Yeah, I would have definitely wanted to have that in back of hand. Oh, what is this play? Yeah, this is definitely.
I'm just like we're in a very awkward spot right now.
Yeah, I mean it's probably swinging here. Really considering it. Oh, goes. Oh, wow. So someone just 2 more, but those have 5 damage now. It can push 5 technically. Oh, I see what they're doing. They just want a clean board. So that Harrowing just summons a 5 of these miss rates, right?
But the problem is we have to get to there.
No, we don't. It's actually just next swing, right? It's 7 on next swing. So all we have to do here is play this raid color and nothing else. That's exactly enough mana, by the way. You just play this raid color and nothing else.
Oh, jeez.
Raid color into Harrowing and just pray for the best. That actually might even be enough. Yeah, why complicate it? Just make a bigger fist.
Wow, you're actually right, huh?
No. Decided to just go all in that Harrowing play, right? So this is definitely a good play, I guess, to play the raid color. It does give you blockers. It basically makes Rich Game Buddy not even want to attack to even kill your units, right?
Wow.
Let's see what they go for here. Yeah, they can also pass. That would be a giga chat of a pass, actually. Wow, this created a really interesting games. What did I want to say? A game phase? I don't even know. Oh, decides to. Oh, What the hell was this play?
We're prepping Nocturne.
I guess Nocturne is now just leveled as well, which doesn't actually do anything, honestly. But I guess now if Rich Game Buddy wants to kill the Nocturne, we're just gonna get it back next turn, so...
Yeah.
And we gave... that's grant, right? It's not give from Nocturne, so... Yeah, it's grant an enemy Nightfall, so... that is gonna stick, the Nightfall, because we are going to be summoning one Raid Caller. I believe it is 4 miss raids and 1 Raid Caller, which means 5 miss raids. So we can pull that aside. Okay, now it's gonna be 4 Raid Callers. Ooh, another bear. We don't want to play anything here. We don't mind this, actually. So we're gonna be summoning 4 miss raids, a Nocturne, and a Raid Caller. I believe.
So what are we?
I was so spot on.
By the way, this. Oh, we go for RKD. Quinn just stuffs that swing.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Yeah, no, because the 4-3 can still pull the... It doesn't matter, everything has fearsome, right? What does Quinn do? A 3-5 that summons a 2-1? The strike spell is enough, though, but that's the whole board. And everything they had. It's going down to 2? Oh, this again creates a weird position in the game. Because Rich Game Buddy can develop a Quinn, but then Sleepy Panda knows they have a Challenger, Quick Attack, and Scout, right?
Oh, okay.
Aatrox?
This is stabilization.
Wait, no. If Aatrox comes down, the game just ends. But for Sleepy Panda, because they can just play more wide, right? I believe Quinn needs to come down here. Yeah, Quinn needs to come down here, because now we have a Challenger, Quick Attack, Scout unit on the board. I guess we can start off by playing the Scholar Pioneer and start things from there. We can get Destroy Weapon, and after that we can develop units. Yeah, I believe we have to start with our copied Pioneer. Just to see what Rich Game Buddy wants to do here. And maybe get Destroy Weapon or removal of keywords. That would also work. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Scholar Pioneer. You can go for Destroy a Weapon. Yeah, Destroy a Weapon. Really nice. And now Sleepy Panda can keep developing, because if Rich Game Buddy does commit that weapon, we can destroy it. However, we do have to... I guess we can just play... Okay, Iron Conquest is not a bad play here. Iron Conquest means we can pick an allied follower, create an ephemeral copy. We can copy that one Raid Caller we have in hand, just go wide. We can copy the Explorer and maybe pull aside something on our next swing. Well, we're gonna pull nothing. Okay, now that... I guess that means we can develop now. Yeah, we can develop the second Iron Conquest. Oh my god. This game has turned into such a weird game, man. I guess now we can block. It doesn't... I guess. It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't matter if we block or not. I guess this saves more HP. So wait, Iron Conquest can also pull Valor? So we can have a 2-mana Challenger in case we need it?
We just saw that on the other side of the matchup. Nora's Tea Drinkers is 1-0 against Leeson Dragons.
Alright, Hirsch. Do we play Aatrox or do we play double What was your short name for that card?
RKD.
The RKD, right?
And we go double RKD.
Double RKD. Oh, but look at that. You're just gonna copy this. You just play it. We're still one wider, so everything has to block from Rich Game Buddy side. Which means nothing gets left on the board. Nah, you have to full swing here. You have to full swing. Yeah, there we go. Everything has to be blocked.
So we're getting to the point where we can play a Striatu now.
Yeah, Stiratu to just draw too might be the move there. Because Aatrox does heal us, but we might end up with no playable cards except that Aatrox, depending on our top deck, right? I would swing here, honestly. Full swing. You have the second great color in hand, anyways. I guess now Queen survives. Yeah, it's fine. This is something to put the weapon on. I'll probably traded that. Because I feel like Sleepy Panda can definitely go full white again because of this Iron Conquest. Man, this Iron Conquest is actually just dominating.
Oh my god, that top deck.
Now, this feels like a Stiratu move, actually. Because the draw, too, it might get as a unit.
No, I mean, this harrowing is so backbreaking, honestly.
Hey, it's Stiratu. Maybe we can pull something out here. Yeah, the Stiratu has to attack, so we can play this. I guess we can play Phantom Battler for the one. We can we can attack with Queen to get the level up, but it would require us buffing it preemptively. Yeah, there goes the Queen. If the Queen attacks buffed up, she will level, so maybe we want to, pin the board a little bit. Now, of course, that is kind of perfectly playing into that harrowing that we just top decked, but...
Yeah. But we have enough misrates that I think misrates are just going to take over the whole entire board.
Yeah, and also because the Iron Conquest on the third part of story, it burst summons a raid color or whatever was the strongest unit that died. Probably a missed raid, right? So it's also another unit that will just get summoned. And yeah, we see. Oh my god, that's so huge. It does get killed by the Valor. Okay, let's see. 2 drawings. What do we want here? Can anything even win us the game? Or Queen Aatrox? Like, do we get like a random unit plus a strike spell, and then maybe that's enough? Well, there's the unit. That can be
a strike
played.
spell.
We can play the unit and we can play Aatrox next turn. We save the Queen. We are gonna be 4 wide, and then Aatrox and maybe a strike spell would be enough?
I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, because we play from Sleepy Panda side, right? We just activate the Iron Conquest, and then we just harrowing.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 units. It's not enough. Yeah. Oh, just harrowings. Yeah, we can still play the Iron Conquest as well. Oh, look at that. That's 17. That's 18 damage. There has been 16 misraids played.
Jeez, man.
And how about one more? How about one more just for the road? How about one more?
Oh my.
Now that's minus 109. Well, that's what 2 harrowings does to a game, right? Damn. And there we go, Hirsch. Sleepy Panda getting a 2-game win streak going on here. Another 2-1. And that's game, set, match point for Sleepy Panda on next best of 3.
Can Sleepy Panda sweep Aatrox Darken? How is it looking, Ace? What do you think? How favored do you think that Sleepy Panda is into 10 Stews lineup?
It's looking harrowing. It's harrowing. Yeah, it's looking harrowing.
It's looking harrowing.
I believe, is that a word? I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
I don't know, but
with that,
spooky.
With that, we are gonna take a quick break while we wait for the final match, or possibly the final match of the night. Sleepy Panda versus 10 Stews coming up next. 10 Stews has a lot of pressure riding on his shoulders now, because now he has to reverse sweep the entirety of Azir's Ascended in order to keep his team alive in this season. So with that, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back momentarily.
Don't go anywhere.
He's pointing at you. He's pointing at
you.
He's pointing at you. We're pointing at you.
Where are you going?
We're pointing at you.
Stay there.
Don't get up from your seat. Stay right where you're at.
Every time I touch mic. Every time I touch mic.
Explode the sunlight here, gentlemen. You explode the universe.
Every time I touch mic. I touch Mac.
Welcome back, everybody. Aegis Esports ACL Ace.
Aegis Champions League.
Yes, that is exactly what it stands for. He was like reading my mind. I was telepathically communicating that question to him, and he just knew instantly. This is why we're such good casters that we even finish
each other's pies.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Hell yeah. He's just making fun of me because I went to go get pie during the break and found out that it was all fucking gone. I'm mad. I'm mad, Ace, and I need to take out my frustrations. So let's take out some frustration by looking at Sleepy Panda's decks here.
Well, it's harrowing. Next.
All right. Good enough. Next deck.
It's value.
All right, good enough. Next deck.
It's cheating. Draw cards. That's cheating.
It's draw. Next deck.
We're saying the same thing.
And we're seeing 10 stews go up against Sleepy Panda. Will he be able to pull off a reverse sweep, Ace? There's only one way to find out, and we will find out after we go through these decks. First up on the docket for tonight, we have Nora Mordekaiser. Why don't you take us through this one, Ace?
Yeah, Nora Mordekaiser. If you would have looked a few weeks ago, you would have seen this deck in like every lineup 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 9 out of 9 times. But recently, we see it less and less, but it's still a strong deck. It still has those Bandle shenanigans. You have Nora, you have Pioneers, you have Aloof, you have a couple of copies of Minimorph. So it definitely has the Bandle part there. And combine that with that sweet Shadow Isles control cards, you create this monstrosity. You got Deathgrass, Box, Hate Spike, Soul Harvest, Vengeance, Ruination, so all the removal. Also some, Fading Icon, Legend of Silver, Case of Century, just some more units, more value there. But on the top end, he is not done with you, Hirsch. He's not done with me. He's not done with anyone here. It's Mordekaiser. Once he comes down, it's really hard to deal with him. So that's basically what this deck is trying to do. Stall, create some value, create some shenanigans. Mordekaiser, win the game.
Yes.
And Aloof.
And Aloof. And what is Aloofing doing? What does Aloof do?
It aloofs.
Yes, Aloofing
be aloofing.
Aloofing be aloofing. Yes. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Ionia Piltover. What is this, Ace? It is value.
It's value.
It's value.
Very, very valuable deck. It's such a valuable deck. We've seen it like 3-4 times today already. The Victor Heimer. Now, players here and there just play different cards. Again, we see
This is
0 copies of my favorite card of Piltover and Zon, 4 Chiefs. So no 4 Chief. But we see 1 Sunken Temple. Other than that, the usual. I believe this is like card for card from what we saw last best of 3 from Rich Game Buddies. So definitely, teammate synergy there, playing the same list. But yeah, as we said it for that deck, we're gonna say the same things here. It has value.
Yes, and moving on to the final deck of the night, we have Akshan Lee Sin.
Well, you know what, Hirsch? I don't like this deck. It's annoying. It's really annoying. It wins out of nowhere. You're suddenly okay. They have 5-6 cards in hand. You're like at 20 HP and you're feeling good about yourself. You control the board, and then boom, Lee Sin comes down, 5-6 spells, kicks you, overwhelm, you're out, they win. Is it enjoyable to play against? It's not. But here we are. We're gonna have to play against it. We have Akshan and his company basically. You have the Vakuran Vagabond. You have Forsaken Bekai with him. Armed Acquisitioner. And the usual Absolver. That's his main weapon. Gotta have Absolver. Grants Overwhelm or gives Overwhelm. Just insane combo tool. Swinging Galley from Shurima also brought into the deck. Nice little buff weapon we have there. Quicksand, little bit of interaction right there, and all of that paired with this really obnoxious Ionian cards. You have the Denies, the Blooming Bud, the Vuju style, the Twin Disciplines. You're also running one of Memory's Cloak, which is a deny but it's cheaper, and also some Deep Med for draw, Eye of the Dragon for stalling, and the beefy Blind Monk is here to stomp. Oh, did I just write that? Never mind. Actually, one of the more combo-ish combo deck, if that makes sense. It's really all in on that combo. I don't know how this deck wins if it's not through combo, and that makes it a combo-ish combo deck.
Yes. You say Akshan Lee, I say Akshan Wee. Because that's the sound that's going to be made when Lee Sin kicks your unit into your Nexus.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was terrible. It was so bad, I loved it.
I actually impressed myself with that one, I'm not gonna lie.
Akshan Yee.
No, Akshan Wee.
Akshan Wee. Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh man. Alright, enough of my shenanigans. Moving on to the matchup screen where you can see all 3 decks, or all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans here? A's, go.
Well, usually the Nora Mordekaiser deck is not the best at dealing with Fearsome, but I believe 10 stews, which is my favorite number of stews, by the way, it has a little bit stacked for the Fearsome matchup. I believe I noticed a box there, Ruination, Dawning Shadows can deal with it, so as well as, Fading Icon to have that Fearsome blocker. So I'm thinking that it's not gonna get banned. So what I'm thinking here is from 10 stews, they're just deleting value. Everyone from their team has deleted value so far. I believe 10 stews will also be banning this value of a value deck of Heimer Victor. And on the other side, Sleepy Panda. Now this is where it gets tricky. But I believe we're gonna see value off the board.
You're 100% right, Ace. We are seeing value get taken off for
hell yeah, no value for this, guys.
No value, no schmalue. That's what I have to say about that.
Wise words. Value, or never met him, and we're already in the game. Already starting, no shenanigans. We have to get this through 10 stews. All the weight on their back. There's nobody behind him. what he does, it was decides the fate of the team. He needs to go in there, get 3 wins in a row to advance, or if he falls, the whole team falls. So it's all up to him.
No
It's up to
pressure.
them.
No pressure.
No, I mean, no pressure, but pressure. No pressure, but a lot of pressure. And already, I'm seeing a lot of 1-drops. And Akshan on the other side. Akshan and Lee Sin. Oh my god. Oh my god, what are we looking here? Okay, we have the sweet little combo of Pole Shark and Miriam. On the other side, Akshan is already cooking on turn 1. Double Pole Shark, which means we're going to draw 3 cards, which 2 of them going to be... Oh, that's a little bit stinging because we cannot play all of those cards, but actually we can. If Miriam decides to regain mana, then we can Howling Gale the Akshan, which sounds pretty good. So what we might see here is Miriam updrafting a card, but for spell mana. And now we have 4 spell mana, which means we can just shoot this Akshan with dealing 3, which is actually really good. Now let's see if Tenstu's plays around it. If Swinging Glaive comes down, that's technically enough to save it, because Swinging Glaive plus Shaped Stone would be up to 4 HP, which is above the range of what Whirling. No, it's Howling. No, that's Howling Gale. This is Divine Whirlwind. So yeah. So let's see what kind of combination of cards Stews decides to go for here, because this is actually a really important turn. Oh, we just committed. Yeah, Deny can be committed here. Deny stops the Akshan and stops 2 damage phase. Akshan from dying. 2 damage, nice Deny. Now the swing also does come through. Now probably the Pull Shark don't swing because they would get free trades, but the Miriam can swing. So this is 5 damage, clean to the face, and already down 13. And a Jan in your hand.
Oh man. And we're off to the races already.
We're off to the races. Very well put. It will come down to how much this Akshan can really hold on here. Now he might see some backup next turn if we decide to play this. What's it called? Armored Acquisitioner. Never mind. But no, we decide to go for the Swinging Glaive instead. So we are left with only 1 unit on the board. On the other side, Sleepy Panda looking menacingly with 5 white and Eye of the Storm in hand.
Have to get value. They banned our value, so we have to force value somewhere else, right?
Oh, Windward Mariner for 0 mana. Gotcha for 1 mana. Bull Shark, 0 mana. That's a lot of value right there. Now we probably will see, yeah, Windward Mariner, because still allows us to play both Eye of the Storm and Gotcha. Akshan flips. we can actually burst summon that 5/2. What's that 5/2 called?
The 5/2?
A Sandstone Charger. Yeah, we can summon a Sandstorm. There we go. There it is. So we get 2 blockers instead of just 1 for our actions here.
For our action?
Actions. And we also get the healing there, so... Now, Akshan will also survive because he's at 5 HP with Tough. Let's see how much we can push here. It doesn't look like we can push a lot anyways. We don't really want to swing with our Janna. Yeah, I believe at this point you should just go all in with your Bull Sharks as well, because if you don't, the action will still just block something else on the side, right? And you don't really need the Pull Sharks on the board because you are going to play a Pull Shark this turn as well, and you're going to draw a lot of cards. It's going to come. You're basically going to rewrite them, so you might as well just swing with it here, I think. It might come down to those 1-2 damage you push, so I really like just swinging all in here, except of course for our Janna, but we decide against it. Tends to use probably does play this, slightly slower, because Sleepy Panda just passed with 5 mana, right? So there might be a lot of removal stuff there, but there's also quite decent amount of buffs in hand. By quite decent amount, I mean 1, but 1 is usually enough. Why? Wait, with the gacha, it's not enough, right? If Sleepy Panda commits gacha right now, the Akshan is dead. But if Sleepy Panda waits, oh, there. If Sleepy Panda waited, we could have seen the Explorer spell used on Akshan, and then we have saved him. But I think Sleepy Panda got him here. Yeah, Akshan goes down. Akshan goes down. But let's see if Lee Sin can take its place here and try to finish what Akshan started, and that is controlling the board, right? So, oh, Challenger on the Acquisitioner, not bad. Pull Shark comes down, gives us another draw next turn. We see 3 Pull Sharks on the board right now. That's a lot of Pull Sharks. Second Jana is really good. Second Jana can be good in multiple ways. It can be used as Eye of the Storm right here, or we can wait for the Lee Sin to remove. And we can wait for the Lee Sin to remove our Jana, and then we can just replay a new Jana, which is also just great. So, it's definitely a position. Oh, we just decided to go for it. Oh, Mystic Shot. Oh, double Mystic Shot.
So do we throw on Swinging Glaive on Vic?
Double Mystic Shot. Nyla should be like pretty much leveled here. So whatever tends to use removes here, we can replenish with our 2 units in hand. So we are always going to be 6 wide from Sleepy Panda's side. Now we do have to see if that's enough to win the game here, because 13 HP is still fairly healthy, and we still have 2 HP healing in tends to use hand. So it's going to be like slightly uphill battle for Sleepy Panda. But let's see how this plays out. Now Lee Sin will swing. Probably killing the Jana. You don't want this Jana to be left alone on the board cooking too much. Let's see. Yeah, the Jana pull here. We still need to play another spell to get the barrier on Lee Sin, but other than that... Oh, that doesn't decide to go for it. Lee Sin does go down to 1 HP here, which might prove a little bit tricky. Now we can play the Marina, we can also play the Nyla, we can still have mana for Mystic Shot here.
And we do see on the other side of the bracket,
and on the other side, there is not much place here.
We do see
Heal Nexus also gives our Lee Sin barrier. We can commit double Mystic here. Okay, doesn't go for it. The Nyla is leveled, that's 2 damage phase immediately on the swing. That's not that threatening of a board. Once Lee Sin blocks like the 3 HP Mariner, we still push, what, 3, 6, 8 damage. So we only push 8, and the 2 from Nyla, so we only push 9. And the double Mystic is not that threatening.
But we do see on the other side of the bracket, Lee Sin's Dragons taking 1-1
let's see here.
against Nora's Tea Drinkers.
2 spells drawn. The deny is huge. Wait a minute. Oh, the double Mystic is just 1 off. Holy, the double Mystic is just 1 off damage. 1 off lethal.
That's actually kind of nuts, not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's actually no interaction in tends to use hand. For this turn, of course, you know, because it's denies 4 mana and they already went down to 3. But that's just 1 off, right? Because 8 plus 4 is 12. That's heartbreaking for Sleepy Panda. They really thought they had him here, but it's just 1 damage off lethal.
Jeez.
Let's see. There was like
this deck doesn't have
consideration.
This deck doesn't have healing though, so like there's still a chance for Sleepy Panda to find a way out here.
Yes, but that would require surviving.
I mean, we're kind of surviving.
That's Lee Sin with Overwhelm and low. You know what would be hilarious? if Lee Sin doesn't pull that Miriam, we can actually survive by Mystic Shotting our own unit twice. Because one Mystic Shot doesn't work because of the deny, and if they pull Miriam, we can deal 3 damage to it with one Mystic Shot. So if Tenstius decides to pull anything else except that Miriam, we actually might have a chance here on Sleepy Panda's side. Which would, a chance would require us to double Mystic Shot our own unit. So I don't know how a value is that, but
Going for
definitely something that we have to do.
Going for
Draw
onto
two.
power.
Oh, is that auction? That's auction.
That's an auction.
Auction is pretty good. Oh, maybe it doesn't want to give them chance to draw cards, right? So, wait a minute. First, can we use Memory Cloak on an opposing unit? Probably not, right? It should be pick an ally.
I think it's an ally, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pick an ally. Okay, it still comes down to that. If Lee Sin doesn't pull the Miriam, he might not actually have enough damage to end the game. But it actually might end the game actually next turn, because then Sleepy Panda might have enough units to just go around the damage. Okay, wait. Absolver. Would you style? Yes. Gonna pull a unit. Oh, pull the Miriam. And now we have to double Mystic Shot our own unit. It gets denied, and Tenstius wins game 1. Wow, look at that. You deny your opponent Mystic Shotting their own unit. And there we go. Tenstius gets a game 1 under their belt. Only 5 more to go, right?
Only 5 more to go, yes.
Yeah, 4 Tenstius. Only 5 more wins in a row. They don't even have to be in a row. And they are winning.
At least he doesn't have to get 10 wins, right? 10 wins for his 10 stews.
Well, yeah. Each win counts as 2 stews.
Is 2 stews?
2 stews. Too slow, 2 stews. Alright, well, Akshan won a game, so now it's down to the Nora Mordekaiser to get a win against Nyla, Jana, and Fearsomes. Can he do it?
Honestly, so far this hand from ooh, that hand got a lot better. I like that hand a lot.
Alright, let's see what do we have here. Double Nora, Aloof, Minimorph. On the other side, Nyla. Nyla is kind of strong. Alright, Hate Spike. Hate Spike can be used. But for now, yeah, it's really going to come down how fast we draw this portal. Tenstius would really like one of the portals, just like right now. Portal off the top. Nope. Nice open swing. Gives Tenstius option if they want to go for this Hate Spike. It is a little bit risky, Mystic Shots and all kind of stuff. But let's see if they go for it. They do go for it, and it goes through. That's pretty decent.
A pretty good trade.
Yeah, you take that trade, yeah. The Vikash comes down. There's 3 slipstreams. Oh, well, there's 2 slipstreams in the top 6 cards. On the other side, there is 1 portal in the top 2 cards, but still nowhere to be drawn. Nowhere to be seen.
Soon. Nora, to be seen? I hate everything.
There it is.
What we get? Ooh.
It's a 2-3. It's not bad. Oh,
No,
Jana.
it's good because we can use that to our advantage with our aloof travelers. I forget what I forget what Yordle Explorer does. It gives like +2, right?
It's +1.
+1.
I think. But on Yordles?
But on Yordles. And what is our deck made of? Yordles.
Some Yordles. Yeah, there we go. +1.
+1. No, we have a
Oh,
3-3.
let's go. We have a 3-3. That's fearsome blocker. And a brush blocker.
True.
Just blocks everything. It's a universal blocker. Except elusives, I guess it can block elusive.
Yeah.
Ah, still pushing 5 damage there. Janna comes down here. This is not looking too bad for Sleepy Panda, even though it's a little wonky. Oh, the box. Oh, the box does 3 though, not 4. The Janna survives. Alright, let's see. You're gonna draw some cards here. Janna, be doing Janna stuff. Drawing cards, whirlwinds, and oh, Exalted Cloudwing. That's exactly what you want to see here. Just more refill, more draw. Oh, we just kill it to draw. Oh, that's another aloof.
What does Aloof
Oh, we can
do?
go for a sneaky. Oh, wait, aloofs. Aloofing be aloofing. Aloof be aloofing.
Aloof be aloofing.
Oh, but look at that. We went for killing 1 unit. The board is getting awfully thin here. We can actually just jam another divine whirlwind here, honestly.
Is there a
So
reason?
this 1/1? Yeah, we just jam another divine whirlwind.
Is there? I'm very confused. Is there a reason why we didn't Howling Gale the Nora and Divine Whirlwind the Aloof?
Ah, it removes the thing just to get a hit on. Okay.
I'm very confused here. Why didn't we clear the whole
Basically, we
board?
just but we just wanted to deal damage as well. Let's see if we see an open attack here, because otherwise we're gonna see. Damn, I forgot the name of the card. The Risu. Yeah, it's Risu. Risu. There we go. Risu. It summons a cloud something. A storm cloud, I guess. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a storm cloud. That gets removed immediately, and now we see the swing. Why didn't we play the 2-drop? What is happening? See a swing. Janna swinged. Oh, we might see Eye of the Storm here. With Eye of the Storm, it's actually lethal. Wait, is that it? Did we do it? Oh, that's just it? Wait, that's it?
We wondered.
Yeah, we didn't play blocker from Tensu side.
We wondered.
But that's it. Just double miss shot face. Yeah, there we go. Well, okay. Janna Nyla, right? Nyla Janna.
Going to our third game 3 of tonight, Ace.
Sleepy Panda is now on a game set match point. All they need is this one game.
Game set match point.
They say point twice.
No, I'm saying you're saying this is game set match point. Because this is the point to win the set and the point to win the match. It's 2
All right,
points.
sure.
It's 2 points.
Sure. It's you're making a great point there.
Are you understanding my point?
Alright.
We're terrible people.
Game 3. This might be our last game, Hirsch. Focus on what do we have here. We have
This is
not done with you. Aloof, Mordekaiser, and an Explorer. And on the other side,
we have
where are the miss rates?
we have spooky ghost people versus kill the spiders, please.
Spooky ghost people against other spookier stuff.
You know what? I've come up with a brilliant name for this deck. Are you ready for
which
this?
deck?
For this deck, for the Mistwraith deck.
Okay, I'm listening.
Arachnophobia. Come on. I think that's a fantastic name because like you're afraid of spiders and then you have ghosts in here. Ghosts are scary too. Even more phobias.
But it's Mistwraith and Raid Color. Wouldn't that just be a Lease aggro back in the days that was appropriate name for it?
I mean, sure, but this is like new.
Yeah, but this is like Raid Color, Mistwraith.
Yeah.
a Nocturne. Where are the spiderlings? Onlookers.
So what would you say this is phasmophobia then?
I mean, it's something phobia. It's like harrowphobia because you're scared of harrowing.
I guess.
There you go.
But anyways, back to the game where this is do or die for 10 stews here. This is do our team or your team gets another chance at going on, or your team packs their bags and goes down to the relegation tournament.
Yeah, it's you get a chance to do or just die. That's double harrowing. Oh no, Aloof hit one of the harrowings. Oh, well, Aloof is a great way to deal with harrowing, I guess. Alright, the board is slowly cooking. Like, fearsome after fearsome unit.
I'm sorry, I
He's
misspoke.
looking from down here.
I misspoke. You don't go down to the relegation tournament. You move on to third and fourth place match. I am a dingus.
Yeah, because this is semifinals, right? It's
Yes,
not
yes.
quarterfinals.
Sorry,
Semifinals.
my bad. I forgot what week we were on for a second.
We have 2 fearsome blockers against 5 fearsome attackers. We also have 1 interaction spell, so at least 2 of these fearsome units will hit, which means we are looking at about 6 damage push, which means 10 stews is about to go down to 11. Block. We're probably gonna see hate spikes on our Aloof Travelers, which means our second harrowing gets removed from the hand, which might be game breaking in the later stages. There we go. Only pushing, pushing 7 instead of 6, but removing an important unit. We see the harrowing get aloofed, and 10 stews must feel freaking amazing playing 1 aloof, and for that 1 aloof you remove 2 harrowings. That's just value right there. Really good. Oh, Nora.
But Ace, this is not a value deck.
Everything is a value deck if you just put your mind to it.
So are you saying that this Miswraith deck is a value deck?
It actually is, because you just keep getting those buffs going, and then you just get more value for each one of your 2-drop units. Then your 2-drop units become so big that you get so much value out of them. And then you copy your units to get more value out of your units, all of your cheap units. Just value all around. You also might see Soul Harvest right here. That's gonna get decent value as well here if it removes a champion. So no fearsome blockers right now, but Mordekaiser is about to come down, so... And Mordekaiser can also kill Risu, which would resummon another Storm Cloud, which would then be 2 fearsome blockers. 2 fearsome blockers might be more fearsome blocker than 10 stews needs to actually stabilize and win a set here.
DP Panda considering a harrowing here, I would honestly probably rip the harrowing just to get rid of this Aloof Traveler before it causes more and more damage to us with this Mordekaiser that's coming down next turn.
You are thinking about Soul Harvest, but yeah. Actually, you might have even gone for removing the Risu, honestly, because that Risu is gonna get killed by Mordekaiser, but that would mean that, Risu summons a Storm Cloud, so that's kind of tricky as well. That's a lot of fearsome blockers. You can also see an open attack here, which would actually push... Oh, we're gonna summon we're summoning a Risu to summon a Nocturne real quick. to get that fearsome. Oh my god, wait a minute. So, oh, but this Mordekaiser comes down and summons 2 fearsome blockers. One Mordekaiser itself, and then you just kill the Risu to summon the Storm Cloud.
Oh, do you know what he's doing?
What is he doing?
He picked the Risu so he can keep the Mistwraith. Because he knows Mordekaiser's coming down this turn. He's prepping for a Mordekaiser to come down, and instead of losing the Mistwraith, he's trying to force a Risu to be lost.
But I guess, yeah. Because that's a 5-drop, right? So it doesn't get aloofed.
Yeah.
But is that enough, though?
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not, you know, you have to go for the... No, there's no way you go for this. But it's not worth it, right? What's the point of just playing this burst speed attacker?
This is lethal.
No, it's not, because you just kill a Risu and you just resummon another Storm Cloud.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, see? And there's just another Storm Cloud now. And now it's kind of looking doomed for Sleepy Panda here. I mean, I don't even think there's anything to save them. Wow, this might be the end of Sleepy Panda's run today. Well, I think that's all from Sleepy Panda today.
Kind of trying to figure out what his outs are in order to survive this match, but honestly, yeah, you're right. It's looking kind of grim.
It is definitely looking kind of grim here. Yeah, with the double Risu, there's just so much fearsome blockers going on here.
Deciding to commit for the swing and lose our entire board here.
And pushing 0 damage. Yeah, what are we hoping here? A third harrowing, but not that soon, so it doesn't get killed by a aloof. I mean, discarded by aloof.
So we're
I
not.
guess not isn't bad.
We're not dead yet.
I guess that's true.
So there still is.
But what if we are just dead? Because we just summoned Risus after Risu. There's some more Risu. It's just lethal now, no? Then?
No.
We'll just kill another Risu then. There you go. Kill another Risu. Now we just have like 1 billion impact damage. That Risu has been very impactful. Ah, Mordekaiser flipped. I am not done with you. I don't think he's done with you.
But he is done with this match.
Nice one.
Is this Nocturne gonna do anything for us? No, not really.
I mean, we can just summon another Risu.
Oh, we don't have the space for it.
We can kill stuff. I mean, this is just lethal because we're just gonna do enough damage with Mordekaiser just killing his own units, you know. Or I guess we can just play this Nora that's leveled. Flipped. No, that's 17. But now only 3 more units need to die, and even with harrowing, that means, you know, Sleepy Panda has to attack to try to push damage. But attacking means you just lose, so. And no harrowing off the top as well. And that's a surrender. And 10 stews. 1 out of 3 done. 2 more to go.
1 down, 2 to go.
Yep.
So with that, 10 Stews keeping his team alive for at least one more set. Is 10 Stews going to be able to perform a reverse sweep ace? What do you think of the odds?
We'll see. We'll see. They definitely showed that they can win games. Let's see if they can win 4 more games.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you specifically. You right there with the face. Don't go anywhere. Take your hand off that mouse. You're relaxing for the rest of the night. We'll see you back here in 5 minutes.
Tonight we'll make it reasons to live, reasons to die. Live for the power and glory. Never give up, reach for the top. Find your own path and tonight we'll make it alright. Reasons to live, reasons to die. Live for the power and glory. Reasons to live, reasons to die. Live for the power and glory. Never give up, reach for the top. Find your own path and tonight we'll make it. Reasons to live, reasons to die. Power and glory. Reach for the top. Tonight we'll make it alright. Whoa. Find your own path and tonight we'll make it alright.
Fellow armsmen, I ask you, will you follow me tonight to break their spine and reclaim what once was mine? Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Oh, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria to live forever.
Welcome back, everybody. Aegis Esports ACL Aegis Champion League. I'm Hirsch. That's Ace over there. He's snacking and he's not sharing with the rest of the class because he is mean And I don't know what I was going to say after that. But we came back a little bit earlier because we wanted to get right into these matches as fast as possible because we are itching to see the conclusion of this match. And I know you guys are wanting to see the conclusion of this match too. We want to see the action. So let us get right on into it, Ace, but not yet. Why don't you give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed last match? No, you don't get a second. You dug a hole. You dug a hole, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we finally saw someone from the Aatrox Darking step up and win a game for once, you know?
What?
They were asleep. They were asleep for like so long, but there you go. 10 stews. Just eat 10 stews and you're gonna win a game. That's it, you know, folks. The 10 stews is the recipe for victory. See what I did there? Recipe?
I don't get it. Explain.
We don't have to get it. What's important is that we saw Sleepy Panda get a win on game 1 with Janna and Nyla, but then in the next 2 games, 10 stews from Aatrox Darkings managed to beat Fearsomes twice. Once with Akshan Listen, once with Mordecai Nora. And they must be feeling good about that, because your team goes 0-2, then your last hope getting in there and beating Fearsomes twice. That's such a good way to start the reverse sweep, especially considering the lineup that we have for our second players match. Let's get to it, Hirsch.
So first, before we get into our second players matchup of the person that we will not reveal yet, just for spoiler or just for tension reasons, we have 10 stews on Akshan Leeson. We did see 10 stews get a cheeky win out of this with a with an absolver lethal out of there, pulling a Miriam, denying Sleepy Panda the chance to kill the unit to be able to survive one more turn and to possibly win the game. Moving on to the second deck, we have value.
Value.
Do you have anything?
Value.
Do you have anything of value to say?
Value.
Thank you, Ace. Moving on to the third and final deck, we have I Am Not Done With You and a rat.
I'm not done with you. Yeah, Nora Mordekaiser. We saw why it was so popular for so long, right? It's just a good deck.
Yeah. And moving on to the other side of the matchup right now, we have Gray Merchant coming in.
Woo!
And what's
Let's go, round of applause for Gray Merchant.
Woo! And what's the first deck they have brought for us tonight, Ace?
Fearsomes.
And what is Fearsomes be doing?
Be harrowing.
Yes. But I do see something interesting that I don't know if I saw in Panda's list. One of Elstones. Was that in Panda's list?
It was not. There is also one of mini harrowing as well.
Oh, true. You're right.
Yeah, well, Grey Merchant, definitely a little bit of a difference in this specific fearsome list. I mean, harrowing list that's mono as well, but with couple of different cards, as you saw, fitting Shadow Isle Stealthstones as well as Harrowing Return. Other than that, pretty standard. I mean, no Elise this time around, so even less, Spironics, so even less Arachnophobia reason to call the deck. So yeah, Harrowing.
You're just mad because I came up with a good name. And moving on to the second deck of the night, we I'm sorry. Sorry, this is actually great. I love this.
I guess
this is the Elise that we were missing.
Well, I guess you could call this deck Arachnophobia, I guess.
You guess?
Well, there's no precious pets, I guess, not rare. Well, anyways, Grey Merchant decided to go for the nice little combination of Fearsome Harrowings and another Fearsome Harrowing deck. Can't go wrong with there. Difference in the list, one might. Flashing Noxus, usually it's for precious pet. This time, one might, just having that little bit of a sneaky little. Other than that, there is two small Harrowings here, or Harrowing Juniors, Harrowing Return, And other than that, looks like the same deck that we saw in the first list, except there's 3 Elisi, and a Might.
Yes, I'm very excited to see this triple harrowing lineup, honestly. But
Wait, just pulled what the third deck is.
It's harrowing.
Oh, it's harrowing again.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Wait, no, that's the wrong.
I went backwards. I went wrong way. Look, 1 second. Champless harrowing. So we decided to take Nocturne, throw him in his own deck. We decided to take the Elise out, throw her in its own deck, and then we decided, you know what? We don't need champions. New deck.
Yeah, I mean, what else
I'm
do
here
you
for it.
pair with a couple of harrowings, right? Just another harrowing deck. Just triple up, 3 of a kind. Now, difference in lists, other than that Moonlight Affliction that we are in Mount Targon 4. Yeah, Moonlight Affliction does that little bit of silencing 2 enemies this round, but also Nightfall. They can't block, so you can always do some shenanigans with burst summoning a Risen Mist and then Moonlight Affliction, and then you have like 3 more units out of nowhere. But other than that, the list is the same as the other ones. No champions, but it has even more tech tools. Double Harrowing Return, double Shadow Isle Stones. The point of the deck is there. Play raid colors, play fearsome units, slam that harrowing button, win the game.
And throwing it to the matchup screen where we can see all 3 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans, Ace, and why are we banning a harrowing deck?
Well, harrowing deck is getting definitely banned. Now, 10 Stews, as I said in the beginning, he managed to beat Sleepy Pandas by beating Fearsome twice. So they started their reverse sweep journey by beating Fearsomes, and now they have to beat Fearsomes twice again. Yeah, so they're already on the right path. They just have to do what they have already done. So familiar, what's called familiar. Well, what am I looking here for? Like, familiar place to be, like familiar environment for them. They already know how to beat Fearsome, so just do it again. You've done it. Now, which Fearsome deck you ban? I don't think it really matters here. So you probably ban like the Nocturne one, because Nocturne is like the scariest champions of all 3 of them. And on the other side, I believe we're just gonna get value banned. Who doesn't love getting value banned? So I believe the bans are kind of straightforward here.
2 in a row, Ace. Look at that.
There we go. On a roll. The value. I love when people bring Heimer Victor, and I can just say that they banned that because it always gets banned. 10 out of 10. Alright, so again, same story. You have to get Akshan Lee Sin and Nora Mordekaiser through Fearsomes. It's a spooky task.
It is a spooky task. So, what deck are we queuing up first on the side of 10 Stews?
Well, we just keep doing what worked the last best of 3, right? You queue up with the Victor Lee Sin first and try to get a win there, and then move out to your Nora Heimer, I believe.
I would agree with that. And I honestly, it doesn't really matter what Grey Merchant picks here. We're playing. They're playing both harrowing decks, so it's kind of just like whichever you want to start off with first.
Well, they're definitely going to be harrowing.
Yes, either way, it is definitely a harrowing deck, and we're starting off with the Elise harrowing deck. I know it's hard to tell right now because we only see all Shadow Isles cards on the screen right now, but I promise you, I'm not lying. It is Elise, and we are going against Akshan Elise. And
yeah, even guessed the first pick correctly. Oh, we see the one. We see the one Noxus card is already in hand. The Might. And it might prove useful.
it might.
It also might
yeah.
ban.
We don't know
It
yet.
also might not, yeah.
We're still trying to
Yeah,
figure
it
out
might.
if it will.
Yeah, it might not, might be, might yeah, might not. All right, what are we looking for here? We see Lee Sin already in hand. There's like 4 buff cards and an Iron Conquest removal in hand.
I like pushing 7 here.
It's not gonna be pushing 7, but sure.
What do you
We'll
mean?
try to push 7.
No, we are
Yeah,
pushing
there's buff
7.
spells. Buff spells.
I mean, you're also right. But
We're gonna be shaping stones.
are we shaping stones this early though? Yes, we are.
Oh, we're shaping stones immediately. Now there's no turn 4 play, but we're gonna be shaping stones. Alright, let's see if they draw a turn 4 play. I believe we are. Yeah, nothing happened. I don't know what you guys.
No,
Nothing happened.
nothing happened.
Well, no turn 4 play. Would you look at that? No turn 4 play unless Grey Merchant plays this Iron Conquest. If Grey Merchant plays the Iron Conquest, alright, there we go. Oh, misread, that's a really good draw. Because now you can play the non-ephemeral one and then even threaten to just open attack. And it's 5 damage. Nothing too spooky yet. But we can just play another one. And then play another one. Oh no, we can only play 1 unit now. Yeah, swing is not bad. Deal 5. Nice little damage here. Oh, this is an interesting position. If they play Iron Conquest... it doesn't matter. They have a second shape stone.
I'm very confused at why we didn't greed.
I mean, greeting did nothing, right? Because they just play a unit for sure.
No, we greed for 2 extra units and 2 extra damage. 3 extra damage.
That's maybe deniable, but it gets deny out of them really early, right? So maybe it was the correct play, yeah.
I mean,
Deny or recall. Oh, glaive. There's no units again, so just gonna go wide here if we can, of course. Okay, miss race, that's good. That's good.
My God, we're misting and we're wraithing.
Yeah, we just want to keep going wide because this Lee Sin is the only playable card. I mean, the only playable unit. So we just want to have like as much units as wide as possible here. Sure, we take that. I mean, not like we can do much about it, but...
We can.
Alright, so now we do have to pass, right? We cannot play any of these cards or units.
No, we cannot, unfortunately.
Yeah, now we are playing 2 units, and we are going to be wide enough to present some kind of dangerous attack going on here. Ooh, overwhelm.
Who needs
And Saw is
Absolver?
cooking.
Who needs Absolver when we can just
that's pretty
naturally
good.
draw Overwhelm?
Oh, there's the Arc Shot. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of units from Grey Merchant's side. But let's see if this Akshan can actually pull it. We're going to be playing our second swinging glaive on the Akshan. So he will be a fearsome blocker as well. And we do you play Elise and keep mana open for might?
Yes.
That might be the play. Might be the move.
No. We keep mana open for might regardless. We just soul harvest here.
Yeah, but Soul Harvest gets met with deny.
I mean, true.
Of course, this is playing because we know there is deny, so we're already thinking about it. But there's the Soul Cleave, which means Akshan dies if we have to deny.
Wait, if we have to deny it anyways, we're still representing lethal if we force a deny here.
Oh, so this is just worth it to just deny here. I mean,
Yeah.
to just go for the Soul Cleave. Yeah, nice call there. Because deny means our unit doesn't die, right? So we're still 1 unit there.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
And we're
Oh my
going
god, that's
for it.
actually game
Yes.
over.
Force the deny out. Let's go.
Yeah, so deny now. Wait, but and then we just have lethal with either might or Elise, right?
I love heads up plays like these.
Alright, let's see if they go for the deny. I don't think they can win if they don't deny, but it looks like they can't win even if they do deny, so
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well,
And Stu's
that's a sticky situation to be.
and Stu's carefully figuring out his situation.
Yeah, then Stu, be carefully picking up potatoes for that stew. But it looks like it's not gonna be cooked enough. Too raw. That's lethal. Wait, is it lethal? Yeah, it's lethal. I was like, wait, if they block 5 on 5, but then the might. Oh my god, the might wins the game. And look at that. The one-off card from Noxus. I honestly expect for game 2, Grey Merchant to be able to win with the one card from Targon as well. That will be such a perfect ending.
One Moonlight Affliction.
Yeah, the one Moonlight Affliction. And there goes the might to create an 8-2 overwhelm, striking through the auction and winning game 1 for Grey Merchant. And now Grey Merchant is on game set match point.
Points.
There you go. Fearsome did what Fearsome is done.
Fearsome be fearsoming.
Yeah, it's been spooky. Alright, well, I think it's time for another Fearsome deck.
I
We just saw what Fearsome can do, right?
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I'm gonna be real.
You don't think you're ready for another Fearsome deck after we just seen
No,
Fearsome deck?
I think I might be too scared. And rightfully so. This card is actually looking kind of nice.
Alright, but Akshan and Vagabond. Action, Vagabond, and a Recall.
And a sleep.
And a Sleep. On the other side, a Butler. Butler that's hitting face. And a second Akshan as well. Alright, there's the miss rates.
Honestly, the fact that we don't have a Swinging Glaive right now is kind of backbreaking.
Backbreaking is a big word.
I mean, in order for Akshan Lee Sin to really have a strong fighting chance, like, you need the Glaive early on.
Yeah, but this is also pretty good because your Akshan landmark is pretty much popped already. Oh, double miss rates. Okay. We can play 2 onlookers this round if we are feeling fancy.
Are you feeling fancy, Ace?
I'm always feeling fancy.
And we're going
It's
for the
Grey
fancy
Merchant
play.
feeling fancy though. Let's
She
see it.
is.
Are they fancying it? Oh, they're going for it. Oh, that's a huge swing. Alright, so this does mean that we're probably going to remove the auction and forcing him block. But how is he blocking? We can only, there is 5 mana in Tenstu's hand, but there can only be like 1 interaction spell used. Now we can use like Quicksand here to remove 4 attack from a unit and have auction cleanly remove that unit. Or we can go for a sleep spell, which is probably not the best here. Or we can go for a recall spell, which is also kind of whatever. So it's probably going to be Quicksands here. Or -4 on a unit, and then Akshan just kills it. Which would also, you know, get our Akshan landmark going faster. Oh, goes for -2 on 2 units. All right. Yeah, this makes sense. He decides, Tenstu decides to go for saving the Vagabond. Sacrificing the Akshan, yes, but that means that second Akshan in hand, which gets more value, being played as an Akshan and not as his spell, which would also, you know, get the landmark going even faster, which would mean it will pop on next turn. And could give Lee Sin Challenger if we need it. Because that's a free spell. Yeah, because that's a free spell, and now we can have Lee Sin down and play the spell to give him Challenger, and we can remove a unit with it. And on the other side, another Stygian Onlooker. Now, that is 6 HP. And we still have Harrowing Return. And Harrowing Return does give enemies a -1, which will mean both the Vagabond and the Lee Sin will be below 3. Actually, and Akshan, so everything will be below 3 damage, so that Absolver will come in really handy. Ooh. Eye of the Dragon is good. Shripstone is also good. Blooming Bud is also good. Eye of the Storm does mean we cannot play Lee Sin this turn. Blooming Bud means we have a more interaction for possible swings next turn. So I'm really liking Blooming Bud here.
I don't know, honestly.
Oh, interesting. Now this, the Iron Conquest will get some decent value here because it can give us 2 units the next turn, which is really good. 2 ephemeral units, but still they're units. Which we would be probably copying this. Actually, we can also copy the Stygian Onlookers. Actually, it might be even better to copy the Stygian Onlookers because they cost 1 mana. So we can maybe do something like Stygian Onlooker, Stygian Onlooker, Stygian Onlooker.
Yeah.
Which might be better than copying. Oh, decides just to go for it. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. Just wants the value there. Plays the unit as well. Goes for Absolver. Whoa, we just lost Absolver. Whoa, this Harrowing returned.
This Harrowing
returned.
You get a lot of value right now.
Oh, the Harrowing returned. And we can also maybe even slow play it. We can even maybe bait out a Lee Sin here. Oh my god, if Lee Sin gets played here. Oh my god, if Lee Sin gets played here. That actually might be game over if Lee Sin gets played here. Fading Icon in hand as well. If Lee Sin gets played, that means we only have 1 interaction. Okay. Okay, so now Lee Sin will be a fearsome blocker. Oh, trying to search for the deny.
Oh, and we find it!
Wait, but that's the whole hand. Oh, the Shapestone. The Shapestone on the Spiderling. I mean, on the Dragonling. That would still mean that everything has to block.
I don't think it's going to matter as much just because we have fading memories.
I mean, but you have to. Yeah, you don't play Fading Memories, right? You play your second part of.
Yeah. We get another Onlooker or we get another Mistwraith. It doesn't matter which one.
Probably Mistwraith.
And Mistwraith will push a lot more damage, but I think this might be.
We can technically also overwrite our 2/1 Stygian, which is also just getting blocked by. What's it called? By the Eye of the Dragon, right?
I don't like that. I like replacing the Landmark because the Landmark's kind of just done its job already.
Yeah, but what is the Stygian doing? I guess we can just copy and play another one. Yeah, right. Okay, we can also do this. Okay, is this enough?
Yes,
but
it is enough.
We're gonna kill for 4. We're healing for 4.
It is enough though.
We can let the first one hit, then heal for 4. We're also blocking. I don't think this is enough, Hirsch.
I think this is enough.
I'm bad at math. I'm not gonna do math. So 4, 4, 3. Oh, it's 1 -1 lethal. It's actually enough. Oh my god! Wait, that's it. Shapestone, yes, but it's -1. They're pushing. Yeah, it's 7.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
What a game!
Whoa, the mini Harrowing, the Harrowing Junior. Harrowing's little brother.
Harrowing's little brother, yes.
Pulling out. Look at that, -1. it forced a deny. And the deny meant they also like tried to draw the deny. Oh my god. Wait, that's it? They're into the finals. The reigning champions are back into the finals. Surely not again, Hirsch, right? Surely not again.
There's only one way to find out, and we will only find that out next week, Ace. But in the meantime, let's think about what happened today. Give us a quick recap of what we just watched, Ace, while we try to figure out an interview.
Well, wait, do you want the whole day recap? Do you want me to recap the whole day?
Yeah, give us a recap of the whole day, Ace.
All right. So I woke up. It was around 9:30 a.m.
Ace.
You know?
Ace. I didn't mean
well.
recap your whole day. I said recap today's Aegis whole day.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta be more specific, you know, I guess, yeah. Well, we started the day off. It was Sleepy's Panda turn to, you know, get the day starting. Azir's Ascended. They had a break last week, you know. Got qualified directly into the semifinals. Had to face Aatrox Darking, the juggernaut of last week. You know, they 3-0'd last week, the only team to 3-0 last week, so they were definitely in the zone, as the kids say nowadays. But Sleepy's Panda got in round one, managed to beat Arachnabat. It was a little bit, you know, wonky. We saw it go to game 3, then game 3 kind of just spiraled out of control, and, you know, Fearsomes did its job. And Sleepy Panda on to the next player, Rich Game Buddy. Again, it went the distance. It went 3 games, but in the end, it was the same story. Fearsomes, now not that fast of a game, but with the double harrowing, all the value that it could get. And Sleepy Panda managed to go 2-0 against Aatrox Darkings, and in comes Tenstews. Aatrox Darkings' last hope. Now, against Sleepy Panda, which everybody thought that Sleepy Panda would have, you know, just steamrolled the whole team, Tenstews managed to get a dub there and, you know, give us a hope of a series. But Tenstews, after that amazing, spectacular win against Fearsomes, ran into Grey Merchant, and Grey Merchant had 3 decks with Fearsomes against Tenstews that just beat 2 Fearsome decks in a row. So Tenstews must have felt good about that matchup right there, but Grey Merchant kind of just steamrolled right there. We saw in game 1 just your usual aggressiveness that Fearsomes can bring, and in game 2, well, in game 1 we saw that, you know, the little spicy tech of Might that proved useful in the end. And in game 2 we just saw Harrowing's little brother just pull their weight and absolutely demolish Tenstews. And with that, Aatrox Darkins are out of the contention for first place, and they get to play for a third next week. But Azir's Ascended advance to the finals and get a chance to defend their title.
Yes, and with that, we finally have an interview with the person that won it all for their team, Grey Merchant. How are we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good, I gotta say. Happy with how this went, of course. Happy with how I played. Looking forward to finals next week.
Who do you think you're going to be facing off in finals next week?
Tough to say. Those are both pretty strong teams.
They're still duking it out. They're still 1-1.
Oh wow, it's a long series.
Yeah, it's a very, very long series. All right, Ace, I'll throw the next question off to you.
Well, Grey Merchant, were you even planning to play today, or was the plan just to send Sleepy Panda and have them 3-0? Was it even in the calendar to even play today? What was the game plan there?
Yeah, I mean, I figured I might be going in. We thought they might be starting Zemix actually, so the plan was to have Sleepy hopefully win that matchup, but that's the opposite of how it ended up going. Sleepy won the other 2, and I ended up beating Zemix. But yeah, I mean, figured it might go to 3-1 or 3-2.
Now, between Sleepy Panda and you, right? We saw ZMax manage to beat Fearsomes twice, right? And then you go in with the 3 Fearsome decks. Was there like any consideration you maybe put Methodical first, or were you just certain that the matchups work for you and it was just a fluke that ZMax managed to beat Fearsomes twice?
Yeah, I mean, the reason we were playing Fearsomes is that we believed it would be favored in the ZMix lineup. And we just thought, it didn't work out for Sleepy, but that didn't, I mean, we thought it could still, we still believed that I could get through that.
That's a message for everybody at home. If you first do not succeed, just retry the same thing. It doesn't matter. It will work the second time.
Just bash your head against the wall. Eventually you'll break through, right?
Bash it twice, not just once. Maybe the first one was fluke, the wall didn't break, but the second time, it will work.
So what was the thought process behind bringing triple fearsome again? We saw a full on triple fearsome lineup throughout. I mean, basically the entirety of how do I say this? We saw one team brought 9x harrowing decks. There we go. So what was the thought process of bringing a triple harrowing lineup today?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't call Fearsomes... I mean, it is a harrowing deck. I don't really think of it that way. It's a Wraithcaller deck, and we're focused more on playing for the Iron Conquest outs, the Wraithcallers. Like, I was never expecting to play harrowing against any of those decks because of all the denies and the aloof travelers, but we thought that the Wraithcaller game plan of, just getting out more Mistwraiths than they could answer was really effective against these Mordekaiser, Akshan Lee Sin decks we were expecting to see from our opponent, and we just thought they weren't going to be really trying to target it because it's a deck that we've brought, but we've never brought a triple Fearsomes lineup during the groups phase, and it's not the deck that we've played most prominently. So we thought that this was a good week, like we could catch them off guard a bit with a triple Fearsomes lineup.
Yeah, I guess it worked out. It did catch them a little bit off guard. Now, Now, I have a question about, jumping through quarterfinals. Do you enjoy having that week off, just to chill, maybe watch the games, maybe don't? Or do you like having a games every week where you just, keep that flow going?
We like having the week off. I think it's good to get some rest because it is a couple months of games every Friday that can get a little bit tiring at times, but also the having the week off that gives us an opportunity to see what our opponents did for the first week of finals, and they don't get that information on us. And so we were really looking at the lineups they brought to playoffs, and we were able to use that information, I think, effectively.
Well said.
So, is there anything you want to say to your potential opponents for finals next week?
Maybe tell them the number of fearsome decks you're gonna bring. Help them out a little bit.
I'm not going to tell them the number of fearsome decks we're going to bring. Probably depends on who we're playing against.
It may be 9. There we go.
Maybe through 0.
9, yeah. We can fit in Iceborne Legacies next time. That's
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Is there any shout outs you want to give for tonight to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Sleepy Panda for taking out those first 2 games, of course, and that Jananila gameplay especially was just immaculate. Shout out to Spids and Methodical. We got a lot of prep in this week, and it was, I think useful. Yeah.
Ace, you have any other questions before we wrap it up tonight?
Questions? Absolutely not. Do not share too much information. The opponent might be listening.
Exactly.
There's the ear, or the walls have ears. I almost said the ears have walls.
The ears do have walls. They're called eardrums, I believe.
Dyslexia is a fantastic disease. I don't even know if dyslexia is even technically a disease, but but it is fantastic nonetheless.
It's fantastic.
With that, thank you, Gray Merchant, for coming on for an interview. Thank you, Ace, for casting with me once again. It is always a blast to cast with you. Thank you for carrying me through this cast while I currently die. I'm still dying. Thank you again to Ace, or to Ace, to Spids and Sleepy Panda for casting last week, for saving me from having to kill my voice, even though I'm killing my voice even more. But this one's for you, Sleepy Panda. He was doing that all last week, so I felt like I had to do it for him, for being so pog and casting for me. But with that, this has been ACL semifinals. We will be seeing Azir's Ascended go off into the finals against either Nora's Tea Drinkers or Lee Sin's Dragons. We do not know yet, but hopefully we will know soon. Thank you again to everybody for sticking out with us and watching. I'm Hirsch. That's also been Ace. We've also had Gray Merchant here with us too. Stay safe, stay blessed, and as always, especially talking to you, I'll see you next week for finals.
Better be here.